Okay.
There it is.
Hello, everybody. Hope everyone
Whoops.
had a great holiday or Christmas.
A wonderful Hanukkah, Festivus, Kwanzaa, everything. Christmas, the works.
Yep. I have on my shirt today.
Yay.
Finally celebrating my birthday. Another year wiser. So you can get these online.
Yep.
So good time to wear it is when it's your birthday.
I also like to thank everybody for all their purchases and everything, and thanks for all the support. We appreciate that. I want one of those.
Hello, Dallas, and happy thoughts. No spring chicken. And Stian. Oh, is Matthew on here?
Oh, is
Matthew.
He? Hey, Matthew.
And J Mars, Lioness.
Hmm.
Just patiently waiting to plug coffee for the party.
Oh, cool. Who said that?
Lioness.
Cool. Well, guys, as we all know, the year was filled full of different changes, things people never thought they would see. Casey, how about yourself?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I never thought I'd see that.
Yeah, a lot of things. What all did you think you'd never see?
Oh, wait. I was just reading this that says, is growing old mandatory, or do we have to get out something? I don't know what that means. It's a question here.
Oh, happy thoughts. Okay.
Can you read that?
No, but I'll try. Let's see. On your flyer, Casey and Anthony, is growing old mandatory, or do we have a get out clause? I would. Oh, a get out for, get out of life clause, I guess.
Oh, okay.
No, unfortunately, I'm going to be like Brian Johnson. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but that's the guy that wants to live forever, and he's just look him up. That's all I got to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy what he's done.
Yep. Okay. So now, and hi, Sue.
Oh, Mama Sue.
Mama Sue.
Yeah.
And time will pass. Dallas. Monica. Good afternoon from Holland. Oh, sorry about that. Let me turn that off.
Hello. No spring
Tied
chicken,
to
I
my
assume.
phone,
It looks like no
I
spring
guess.
chicken.
Oh, Maverick.
Where's Maverick?
Hello, peeps and peepettes.
Hello, Maverick.
And Monica is from Michigan. Hello, Michigan. Okay. What is this?
Might help if I signed in too.
Now, you were asking me something.
Yes, I was asking you what shocked you the most about the changes this year.
Oh, I'm really quite shocked at the toasting being allowed, because they always talked about how, it's like asking for.
Because sorry.
Talked about how
in stereo.
You do that every time. It talked about how you were asking for heaven for help if you would be toasting. And I had posted a little post on that, like back in the summer before they did these changes, and I which mentioned that, and I'm just really surprised on that they would be willing to say that it's okay now. So that's why a lot of people have thought, well, maybe they'll celebrate birthdays before too long if they're allowing a small pagan, supposedly pagan custom. But it's one thing to say there's a custom, and another thing to say it's an actual holiday or like a celebration. Because with birthdays, you're celebrating every year, whereas toasting, it could be a random thing. Yeah. So I'm not sure if they'll do that or not. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, and then like growing old in the system. I mean, we were always told that the end was going to come for sure before I grew old. And my mother also thought that she would not grow old. And she is old now. So that's just surprising to me that they would make those kinds of changes. And the only thing I can think of was that they're trying to be more modern to attract maybe a more to be more inviting to different people instead of being as narrow-minded as they are. Although it's not enough, because in order for them to attract more people, they'd have to do away with the shunning policy, number one. And if they do away with the shunning policy, then they might lose everybody, because a lot of people are in there, PMOs and stuff, because of their families. And if that wasn't the case and there was no shunning, who would be left?
Yep, it's true.
So they may not want to do away with shunning if they can help it. Although in some countries, they are being pressured to do away with that, like certain European countries. I think Norway was one of them. And anyone else maybe knows in the chat, like what countries have they been told that shunning is a violation of human rights? If anyone knows, if you could put it in the chat, which countries were they? I believe Norway was one, and there may be more. But if they see that, hey, shunning is a violation of human rights, and you can't practice that in this country, will they stop practicing shunning in certain countries where they're not allowed? Okay, Jamar says Denmark and Norway.
Okay, and here's something here just to address this from Happy Thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
It says toasting birthdays rooted in paganism. So why the difference in the courts? Why the difference? It's the courts that influences the changes. So that is true. And they got some things going on about the LGBTQ community in Sweden, I think it is. I wonder what, and then they appealed it. So I'm kind of curious to what they're going to do there, or what they're going to say. Mm-hmm. So that'll be interesting. Sweden, and then
Finland.
Yeah, and then Maverick's here. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, wait a minute. First, J. Mars, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
J. Mars, the rule on beards was dumb. When they did away with the beards rule, the governing body looked even dumber. And man, you hit the nail on the head there. They looked totally like idiots doing that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Maverick, they are saying both things at the same time. The end is just around the corner, but you may not see Armageddon in your lifetime. Classic Watchtower tactics. Absolutely true. Say two things at once, just like they're not inspired and they're not fallible, right? So they're infallible. So they're not fallible and they're not inspired, which means everything they say is useless. It's like, okay, nothing. But at the same time, they still are the spokespeople on earth for Jehovah God, that Jesus Christ speaks through, to them, and then they give it out to the masses. That's two things at the same time. Stupid.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, like what you said, Maverick. That's so true. And then if you get it wrong, well, it's your fault. If you didn't understand something, or Watchtower is never to blame. Yes. Hi, ST co-pilot.
Yep.
It's never their fault ever. They don't even have to make excuses. They, remember,
but they don't owe nobody an apology.
That's what Garrett. No, wait.
No, it's Jeffrey Winder.
Jeffrey Winder said that they do not have to apologize for getting
That's
it wrong.
That's the creepiest guy in Watchtower.
Mm-hmm.
He gives me the creeps when he talks.
They're the spokesman for Satan, Dallas says. Yeah.
Absolutely, Dallas. Exactly correct.
My JW family just hide their vices and cover for each other.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I want to know, what does the JW family members that you have think of these changes about the beards, which I know happened in 2023, I think it was, and lightening up on the dress code, the toasting, the higher education. And now you can say hello to Disfellowship One at the Kingdom Hall and invite them to the meeting is all right. But what is your family members that you have that are in it? What do they think of all these changes? Does it scare them at all? And the fact that they're going to grow old in this system possibly? Do they think like, oh, no big deal? Or does it bother them? I know my mother was bothered by the whole toasting thing. She said she would not feel comfortable doing that, even though the governing body said it was okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like kind of stuck in your head,
That's the same thing with the
change.
dresses. She didn't feel comfortable with not wearing the dress neither. Or the skirt.
Well, she does. She's okay wearing pants, but she does wear.
She is now. She wouldn't at first. She said she didn't feel comfortable with it.
Okay. Yeah, and it's not every time that she's going to wear pants. She's going to wear dresses more than she will pants.
Right.
There's Lioness. She doesn't know because she's an apostate. Yeah, I know. And they don't want to talk to the apostates. They're so much under the spell, they just accept it, and that's what Jehovah wants.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like they're under a spell. You're right.
Yep.
Like that analogy. I just get the gossip from my nieces.
Who said that?
Lioness.
Who's this?
Stian says they will.
Hey,
Stian, they will think the governing body is wonderful. They allow us so much freedom, but they can't see that you are not allowed. Okay, allowed. I know.
Yeah, I know.
And
not allowed.
Your comment made me laugh so hard. Seeing on the last video I did. Let me see. Where was it? I have to find it now. Was it? Let me go look for it. I'll get back to you. But it was really funny. It was the bedroom rules too. Those have changed, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So that was funny.
Funny.
Okay. Let me just share this with you, everybody. I had posted this in 7 months ago, and it was a Watchtower, February 15th, 2007. So this is what I had posted here.
Yeah.
And it says on the Watchtower quotes, toasting today may not be viewed by many as a religious gesture. Still, there are valid reasons why Christians do not share in toasting, which has a religious background and even now can be viewed as asking heaven for a blessing, as if seeking aid from a superhuman force. Yeah. So that's why they said no to toasting. But at the same time, you're like, well, isn't that the same as praying, asking for a blessing as if seeking aid from a superhuman force? Yeah, it's like praying. What is wrong with that? I know someone commented that, like, what is wrong with that? And it's stupid. Now it's okay. So just ignore that. Pretend like we didn't write that.
Never trust a guy whose eyebrows doesn't match his hair color. What hilarious left, but that's true.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, I like that. Oh, you guys have a co-worker that's an active JW. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they think.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find this. I've got to find that one comment. I'm looking for it, guys, because it was so funny.
Oh, St. Cope, I would hate that you lost your mother.
Oh.
What she'd think about the org. If she was like her mom, she'd just accept it and keep going, but down deep, they would feel something's off.
Yeah. Yeah. Deep, but not deep enough to where, not enough.
They're scared to leave.
Yeah. They're not going to question any further than something is off, but that's it.
But if the worst thing would happen is you cease to exist, where's the bad in this? You wouldn't even know it. Yeah, you're like, oh, I just cease to exist. So what?
You're not going to enjoy paradise and clean up all the rubble afterwards. After Armageddon. Don't you want to grow to perfection for 1,000 years?
Lioness, that bug-eyed guy does look creepy. I agree with you.
Which one is the bug-eyed guy?
Jeffrey Winder.
Oh, okay. He doesn't. His eyebrows don't match his hair. Yeah, that's a little weird.
He looks creepy. No, Winter looks weird, man.
Someone's
That's bug
asking if
eyes too.
that's splaying. I don't know. Sometimes I have eaten Lucky Charms and others have too. Yeah. Yeah. Lucky Charms. I know, right?
Would your parents buy you Lucky Charms?
That was fine because they were just like, it's cereal.
Oh, okay.
You know, I mean, there's only so much you can.
They buy you Smurf berries?
Say wrong to. Yeah, my parents were okay with Smurfs. They must
Oh,
have been
yeah,
the only
That's right.
people in the whole world that were Jehovah's Witnesses that were okay with Smurfs. I watched Smurfs all the time. They didn't have a problem with it. I even had.
How about the little troll dolls?
I had a Smurf toys. I had glasses, like cups you could drink out of that was Smurf on it. No trolls allowed. That was wrong.
Oh, those little dolls with
they were like, oh, creepy, you know, and they thought they were
creepy.
They are creepy looking, but they thought they had like, you know, they were kind of like some sort of magical creature, and that was wrong. And I'm like, so are Smurfs. Hello, magical creatures that are weird looking.
I had Smurf flakes this morning.
Smurf flakes.
That was funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna find this comment here. So you take over while I look for this comment, okay?
Okay.
If you don't mind. I'm
I'm
gonna look for this.
I mean, it's just there's so many changes. Some of the things that's going to be this year is what's going to really shock a lot of people. I think there'll be some major changes still to come that are going to be mind-blowing. But the problem is when you think people will leave because of it, the hardcore people staying, they're not going nowhere. They'll just suck it up and bow down and keep going. I mean, think about this. We all know what Jim Jones did and how he did it. So they'll suck it up just like those people did. You know, just in a different way, of course, but it's still swallowing something that ain't good for them. Mm-hmm. It's brainwashing is powerful. You mix, I mean, religious brainwashing is probably the most powerful thing you can touch. Yeah. Scary. No matter what, people still want to believe. It's scary as hell. On a better note, guys, has anybody, Maverick including you, have you checked out the music channel that's up? It's called Frequencies, plural Frequencies of Freedom. Mm-hmm. Just starting to put up a few videos. The first one is like something I was playing around with and done, but the next one's really good, really professional. Whole channel full of music. It was done with the intentions of driving around town so you can listen to something that's inspiring, you know, and gives you a good, warm, fuzzy feeling inside and validates who you are, you know?
Yeah.
But check it out. It's a lot of different genres. It's not just one thing. Like if you like R&B, soul, funk, it's there. If you like rock, there's a song that's kind of country, but it wasn't intended to be. So it was kind of like supposed to be folk rock, kind of rocky.
I can't find it.
But it turned out like that. So anyway, there's that, and then there's just regular rock. Oh, and then there's pop, just pop music. Mm-hmm. Talk about pop music.
A little bit of everything. Trolls were outlawed.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they were. I want to dedicate this. Pop, pop, shoo.
Well, I can't find this. It was about the bedroom rules, and someone came on here. I think it was Stian. Like, this is the bedroom. Like you needed to submit a questionnaire on what you were doing in the bedroom. Can you imagine? Like for real, it was kind of like that. Like,
thank you, Linus.
Back in the 70s, I guess for sure in the 70s, maybe the 80s too. But they were like couples were feeling guilty about things they were doing with their spouse in the bedroom. And I guess they were having to go before the elders and tell them what they were doing. How embarrassing, first of all. And
yeah, that would be.
Are we filling out a questionnaire here and they're going to write this down and it's going to be in
being
our record?
Being a female and doing that's just Guys are
Yeah.
pigs anyway, but women, that is wrong, man. That's wrong in every way.
Well, first of all, why do you want to share? You don't want to go
Look out.
tell these men what you did in the bedroom with your husband.
Yeah, it's none of their damn business.
And then disfellowship the couples for things that they were doing in the bedroom that's none of nobody's business. It's just insane. But that kind of died down, I guess, because I know when I was, by the time I was grown, I don't remember them ever talking about that again. So I guess, I mean, you can only control so much in people's lives. I would have been pissed off personally if, and I wouldn't have been one of those people that I would be like, none of their business. I'm not doing that. And I know that they led to, I think I read in the book, Christ the Conscience, that some of these rules that they did with the nitpicking in the bedroom led to people getting divorced. It's ridiculous.
Huh.
Would we have to email our interview?
That's what I was just reading.
Email our intimacy survey, or could we fax it in?
That's so sad.
It's so aggravating. Yes. It's like, but bedroom police, man. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was not even Kool-Aid. It was what was that stuff? Powerade or something? Flavor Aid.
What about it?
No, the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Flavor Aid.
The miss.
He offed all those people and didn't even use the quality stuff. That's pretty bad.
Are you talking about Jim Jones?
Yeah.
Yes. Right. So, of course, Jehovah's Witnesses are not the only cults out there, right? Or cult out there.
Oh yeah, no. There's a lot of doomsday cults.
Has anyone ever heard of another cult? Let me see.
What's the one out in the Nevada desert of the doomsday preppers that's out there, and it's an Asian family that started it. I can't remember the name of it.
The Moonies?
Is that them? They're out in the desert, out in Nevada, and they.
Okay.
Oh my Lord! They got this thing with humongous steel walls and stuff buried in the ground. Crazy.
SD co-pilot said, "I did everything my wife would let me do in the bedroom." Well, good for you. And don't feel like you got to fill out a questionnaire about it either. I'm sorry to laugh about it, but I take note that Jim Jones used the cheap stuff, wasn't even willing to splurge on the brand name stuff.
I know, man.
That's true. Oh, it's funny. I need to go back and remind myself of the song names.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you guys. Have you ever heard of this other cult? Speaking of cults, it's called World Mission Society Church of God, or for short, WM SCOG. So World Mission Society Church of God. Has anyone heard of this? It is a religious Christian group which is a cult, and it was started by some Koreans, and they are worldwide, not just in Korea, but they are in the United States as well. And they get converts by knocking on people's doors, and they have some similarities with Jehovah's Witnesses. Like, they don't like to celebrate anything either. Although I would say they don't have an official shunning policy, but they do like ostracize people, and you get the feeling like you're not worthy. And if you don't do all these works all the time, it's work. Yeah. Scientology is definitely cult for sure. But this one is not, it's different. It's World Mission Society Church of God. Has anyone heard of that? So I had never heard of it, but it's kind of unique, and it's a smaller group than Jehovah's Witnesses for sure. But they definitely make their members do an awful lot for their church. Like, literally, Saturday is their church day and they have to spend 12 hours at church. I was like, yeah. I mean, that's worse than Jehovah's Witnesses. And they have to go every Saturday. And if they don't go, they're made to feel that they're going to lose out on their eternal salvation. And if you go on vacation somewhere, you have to find a church. And I was like, well, what if you go on a cruise or something and you don't really have access to it? Then you're not supposed to go unless you can go to church.
But they have probably
Saturday.
like online stuff.
No, it has to be in person.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Weird.
So, yeah. Yeah, so crazy stuff, huh? There was a band in Dayton, Ohio called Exjehovah's Waitresses. Oh my goodness.
That's hilarious.
That is so funny. Worldwide Church of God. Yeah, this one is that's
Is that the one that's buried? I wonder if that's
but
the one that's buried out there in the Nevada desert, all that doomsday prep and stuff.
I don't know. Hi, Cedric.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go tell him.
Sorry about that, everybody. He heard another dog barking outside, so you know how that goes.
Big dog.
Yeah. Okay. Jeff has a thought experiment. If the legal and organizational structure of Watchtower was disbanded, how do you think the ideology or religion would continue, if at all? That is a very good question, Jeff. And actually, let me go ahead and put in here in the on the stage, if anyone wants to come on the stage and share their opinion, that would be a great question to answer.
Great. Also, I would like to go over some things too, with how the things are going to change big in the XJW community over the next couple of years. Just so you guys know, if you wanted to print a book right now, it's as simple as downloading an app or a program, paying for it, telling your story, and it'll do it for you. And you upload it to Kindle or send it to the printer, whatever. You can print a book in a week. If you want to do music, download all of it, open order. There's 100 free ones you can get that re-update their points every day. There's tons of apps you can get to do this. It depends on how much you want to spend.
Yeah.
And before you know it, these things will do everything you asked them to do. So music, videos, just the exposure is going to continue to get more and more high definition, more quality. And Jehovah's Witnesses spent a lot of money, millions, on a studio that's now going to be obsolete. Think about that, guys.
Because they spent a lot of money on that. They talked about it this year, actually, about how they were doing all of this amazing stuff. And I don't know that it would be necessary now, because so much can be done from your computer. Unless they just want to use real people, I guess they do. But by the way, everybody, I did put in the comments the link if you want to come on the stage and share your thoughts about any of this stuff, about the changes, that what your opinion is on the changes, or what Jeff mentioned here about if the legal structure of Watchtower was disbanded, how do you think the religion would continue, if at all? That's a good question. If you want to share your thoughts
Jenny
about
Parker,
that.
sometimes I think.
Hi, Jenny. Oh. So you put the comment here, Lioness. So if anyone wants to come on the stage, they feel free to. Lioness says, went to Hawaii when I was Jehovah's Witness, hooked up with Hawaiian Jehovah's Witnesses, and we all got plastered at the luau, where a couple elders in the group, they were a blast. Oh, well, y'all had fun, and nobody judged you for that, right?
Yeah, but they judge everybody else that does it. Mm-hmm. That's the funny part.
Yeah. And then,
that's funny. Hawaii's full of LDS.
I suppose they can do that. Well, that was Jehovah's Witnesses.
Maverick, nail on the head.
TV religion is the future. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. You can see them going in that direction.
Well, also,
and
Jenny
Jenny Parfum,
says,
here's the deal, dear. You can actually do that. Print your book, tell your story.
Mhm.
You just got to get your facts straight so you can. Tell the program what to say, and you just talk into it. It'll print it, type it. You just got to proofread it, send it on its way. Done that quick.
Okay. Matthew says, Anthony, when they built the Zambian facilities as a backup main printery, and that was no longer feasible, they were merely redesignated it. That was when they used it for Aid Africa. Okay. Yeah. So I guess, maybe like we were saying, a lot of this printing facilities and all that, it's just not necessary anymore. That's probably also why they ended up selling Brooklyn, the place in Brooklyn, because it was really a printing facility and they just didn't need all that anymore.
Yeah,
And
but
they
pretty
made a lot
soon,
of money on it.
what happens, Matthew, with that is they become obsolete. And it's just,
unless they get with the times.
But it's moving so fast and so rapid, and they move like a snail. So unless they get sued, then they speed it up.
They speed it up on certain subjects if they get sued.
Well, they're losing so much money. There's the way that they've used to make money. They've made money off of people with their publications, made money off of people with donations, made money off of people with, hey, we need to build this, give us money. When you can't no longer say that, and you got no other way to beg for money, you just got to be point blank and say, we need money, we're broke. Mm-hmm. And that looks really stupid for a group of people that run around claiming they didn't never ask for donations. Yeah. Because 52 billion is not going to last a worldwide organization that's getting sued every day.
Yeah. And they would have to stop the shunning policy.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
To continue.
Yeah.
I think, but I don't know.
Well, what's going to happen is more and more people wake up. The more exposure that's out there, the more people wake up.
But then look at the Church of Scientology. They continue to, they're not very big, but they still do shunnings. They've lost
over half of their members. They're real small.
Yeah. They still do shunnings too.
Yeah.
Cult of Satanology. So the media center, despite AI, will merely shift to something else.
They just got raided the other day, I saw.
Really?
Yeah.
Who did that?
The government. I don't know what they raided them for.
Okay. Yep. There's always secrets in those kinds of places.
Yeah. I just ran across it in the news and kept going.
Oh. Cedric says he had a visitor 2 weeks ago. We were talking good until he asked how the congregation and about the congregation, huh? And I said, I'm not there anymore. He almost broke his neck trying to leave.
Good for you.
What's wrong with just saying, yeah, I'm just not going right now? Like you're inactive. That doesn't mean that you're preaching against it or anything. You're just saying, yeah, I'm just taking a break. And they had to leave because you're bad association now.
They built so many broadcasting and movie studios around the world. Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. They have to go TV, religion. Yeah.
They have their own musical studios.
Yes, they do.
Shunning is all that keeps most Jehovah's Witnesses in the cult. Yep, I have first-hand knowledge of that phenomenon. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying too, that probably they won't do away with shunning because that's the only thing that keeps them alive. And you have the PMOs in there who are trying to stay in for their families. So, but they're not profiting off of them because they're not going to donate money. So the only people donating money are the true believers.
Robert Manderfield said, I missed so much of this live. What do you think is going to be the new
next year?
Yeah. Well, Robert, thanks for being on the channel. Glad you're here. We saw you last time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
we do know
it's getting to where there's going to be changes. There'll have to be. Mm-hmm. I don't know what they are. I mean, there's so blood. You know, that teenage girl just had blood transfusion
But
in
that was
Canada.
forced on her. That was
Or
forced.
no, the UK. Yeah,
That
that's
was
true.
forced.
But
Because
they're
she's
going to have to
under 18.
apply. They're going to have to abide with that law now. So
I don't know.
you know, it's going to be weird. to
Well,
see
we
what's
know
happening.
about one thing. They don't know. And according to the February Watchtower, they don't know when the end is coming. And
Well, that's true.
oh, and they're not sure who the king of the north is. Yes. And how it all is going to play out. They think they might have an idea, but they're not sure. And you're like, why are we talking about this, So that's the new light is I don't know, basically. That's what they're saying. But as far as like anything else, it's hard to say if there's going to be any major things. It's possible that they might lighten up a little bit more on the shunning. Just depends on the lawsuits and stuff. And maybe they'll start, if they do have someone confessing to a CSA thing, maybe they will feel inclined to contact the authorities because they don't want to get sued themselves. So that could be a new method, not using the 2-witness rule, because that's not working for them. And Jeff says, instead of outright canceling shunning, I'd wonder how they could make it fade away and become forgotten about. Yeah. Yep. Like that. That might be better. Seventh-day Adventism is Seventh-day the adversity. Yeah, I know the Seventh-day Adventists also they don't do shunnings and stuff like that, but
that's a unique one.
They have a unique view, which we all know Jehovah's Witnesses came from that. So, and you know what else? The apparently a lot of these, modern, say, 19th and 20th century religions came from the Seventh-day Adventists, including the one I mentioned earlier. The World Mission Society Church of God has some similarities with them too. Weird. So, and it's like cultish stuff.
I heard a rumor, have you? Some kingdom halls are going to allow 7-day. Oh, you just read that. Oh, they have similarities, but no, I don't know about that.
Which one? Which one did you say?
User DL1.
No, what was the question?
He said, I heard a rumor, have you? Some kingdom halls are going to allow 7-day Adventist worship.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
I haven't either.
I don't know.
I think there's too many differences. Plus, the 7-day Adventists have the cross, right?
Yeah, they do believe in the cross. Everybody in the Christian realm believes that Jesus died on a cross, except for Jehovah's Witnesses.
Well, they do it to be different and to grab attention. Shock value makes people curious.
Yeah. We have to be different. Jehovah's Witnesses have to be different. So that's their number one thing. And so if they're different, that means they're true. Because no one else is doing that. So we must be true. And everyone else is wrong.
Maverick, they don't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
Yet Jesus completely trusts the governing body.
Should we not do the same? I know.
Oh my Lord, that is hilarious. But that's so true.
Garrett Loesch.
Yeah, Loesch. That's when he done the Macarena.
Do you trust me? I hope so.
Hey, Macarena.
He said it like this.
Yeah. But then he does his hands a different way too after that.
Yeah. The new light is the old meetings of paramount importance fell away. It feels like robbery of time and energy in an administrative action. Yeah. But maybe that's another thing too. Maybe they'll because we have less meetings now than that, twice a week instead of 3 times a week, which I know was changed several years ago, but still, maybe they shortened the meetings on Sundays to an hour and 45 minutes instead of an hour or 2 hours. Maybe they'll shorten them even more. Who knows? And you don't have to count time. I mean, that's absurd, right? Never heard of that. Unless you're a pioneer. JW Roast had a good AI video. Jesus speaking to his apostles about this generation. Peter saying, "Phew, I thought you were talking about talking to me, but it's for Doug in Ohio 2,000 years from now.
Oh my! Whoever
I
teamed
like
up with
that.
Berean,
Brian Pickett's.
yeah, but it's Berean something else. It's two people together.
Uh-huh.
They did one with Jesus talking, and man, is it good! It's really good.
Okay, New Light Desert Has Water says is looking into the phenomenon of multiple occurrences of title sharing in the Godhead. The good one. So Jenny says that there was a video of Exjw Analyzer called The
title.
Truman Show. Is the Truman Show real? It was a great analogy of the JW.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Truman, he didn't realize he was being played the whole time. That's true. Yeah. Everybody else knew about it except him.
Oh yeah, one meeting a week, no counting time. Don't know how good they got it right now. Yeah, that is so true, Maverick, because
Yeah, it's a lot easier, I guess, if you think about it. Have we watched Australian Royal Commission? Oh yeah. Pretty much everybody who wakes up will definitely watch that at some point. And because Jeffrey Jackson, a lot of Jeffreys in there.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Jackson says, when they ask, do you believe that you are the spokesman for Jehovah God on earth? And he's like, oh, that would be presumptuous of us. So to say something like that. And it just tells you right there that he basically admitted, no, we don't speak for Jehovah God.
Yeah.
So he knew it, of course. Yeah.
Where is it?
Oh. What if they shutter the kingdom halls, move the meetings to private homes? Or is that shut, maybe?
Shut, yeah.
Oh, shut the kingdom halls, move the meetings to private homes, and have the homeowners sign releases like a reverse book study cancellation. That's a good one, Jeff. So maybe they could do away with the kingdom halls, get rid of those because they need the money for all the lawsuits. And then they'll just send everybody to homes for field service and for meetings, and they'll break it off into book study style meetings and online because they still do the Zoom thing. Then they would save themselves a lot of money because they wouldn't need the upkeep of the buildings anymore. We'll see. But they have sold off a lot of kingdom halls, so a lot of buildings.
Squibbler.
Okay.
Is that how you press Squibbler?
Yeah.
Jenny, if you wanted to tell your story, you could go to Squibbler, SQUIBLER.io, and it'll give you a full way to print a book and everything, tell you exactly how to do it. And
I'll put it in the comments.
Yeah, it's not very hard at all.
That's how you can write your book if you want to.
All AI generated, man. And that is, well, you have to tell it what to do, but then it automatically does what you tell it to prompt to do.
So Lioness, you had your book study in your home and the neighbors were constantly complaining, maybe because there's always a bunch of cars out there. We had it too. Like I had book study in my house for a while, and then of course field service. Oh, Maverick,
hey,
Maverick, come on.
Yeah, man.
Where is the device not connected?
Maverick, connect that device and come on.
You always have trouble with that. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have anybody complaining when I was in. I mean,
good Lord, Coco, you okay?
You all right? She's over here.
She's old and she has all this old people things going on. She's kind of like me.
She's like coughing and hacking. I'm like,
sounds like me every morning. Where's Maverick?
Right. Okay. Maverick, let's see.
Post the link again.
Okay, let me try. All right. So we're going to do the link again, just in case there's an issue here. Maverick, if you want to come in, you're welcome to. It just says that your devices are not connected. So I put it back in the comments here. All right. Now, Robert says that Kenneth Cook was at an assembly in Wisconsin 5 years ago. He shook my mother's hand Oh, you just said it out loud?
No, I
Oh.
did. Yeah. Go.
And she was like, she met the and it was like she met the Beatles. I'm not going to wash my hand. I'm like, oh my God, that was our last assembly.
That's terrible.
Yes, and they don't think that's considered idolizing someone. It's so crazy. Oh yeah, FLDS. That's definitely a cult too.
Oh, that's major cult.
Yeah. Well, the leader's in jail.
He'll never get out.
For sure.
He was a perv, a mega perv. What's this?
Jehovah's Witnesses could deduct taxes on their homes like the churches do.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess if you donate, whatever you donate to, it's charity. For now.
Yeah.
Until it's considered a business, maybe. And they're no longer allowed their charitable status. I got the
One of these
to
days, I'm gonna
shake.
bring some of my guitars in here when my hand's not all messed up. But yeah.
Yeah. I got to shake Splain's hand. Yuck. Chip. Well, I only ever met Daniel Sidlick, and he was a nice man. I liked him. And I did meet the English brother, Barry. As far as governing body members, I believe that's the only ones I ever met. Yes, you're right, Dallas. Warren Jeffs, who's leader of the Fundamental Latter-day Saints, is a big perv for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
But I wasn't like idolizing, like, oh man, Daniel said, oh my God. I mean, I was just like happy to meet him and everything. But I wasn't
back
like,
then,
I'm
people
not
didn't
going to
even
wash
know
my hands.
who the governing body really were, did they? Back when you met Sidley.
Well, they did know, but it wasn't
in every issue of the magazine.
It wasn't like the governing body has decided.
The governing body has spoken. Obey.
Yes, the governing body has is decided, and you must obey us because we said so.
Do you got to do something?
And then if we decide to change our mind later, you have to follow that.
Hello, Mike.
Yay! Hello, Maverick. You are muted. How do I unmute you? Can't unmute your guest because they chose.
Oh,
okay.
Hello. Cardinal sin for an audio guy.
That's okay.
How are you all? How are you doing, guys? I just thought I'd say I'll just say hello briefly as well. I'm having problems with my keyboard. I'm having problems with all my gear at the moment. I keep just typing in gibberish. Matthew's joined in as well. Okay, hi Matthew.
So you did listen to the music. That made me feel good, by the way.
Yeah, I did. And you know what? I was trying to jot down the names of them, but there was a few bluesy ones in there that were quite cool. Yeah. And so I'll have to re-jog my memory because it was about 4 or 5 days ago, and then I haven't looked in it since. So
He just
called the
music video. It was actual video,
and it turned out country. I posted it anyway.
Right.
And I got I'm gonna post my first rock video today, and I really like well, you know, I play music, so I know different scales, runs.
Yeah.
We got another Jeff K.
Oh, Jeff. So I done
it
really
gang's here.
Stuff, so you'll like it.
It's like a lot of
and it's rock.
Is my volume okay, guys? I'm not sure from my end. I can't tell if it's good or not.
Am I the one giving feedback?
I don't know. I don't think so. Before you came on.
Say something, Matthew.
Oh, he's got his.
I
just turned off my microphone. I'm getting some sort of echo coming through.
Maverick, try yours.
Hello?
Turn it down.
No.
Am I too loud?
No.
I'll mute myself. Hold on.
No.
Just for a sec.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Anybody still hear the echo?
I don't hear the echo now. I guess it was you, Maverick.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
Oh, poor Maverick.
Hold on.
Hey, Maverick, are you listening to us on a different channel?
No, Yeah, well, no, it's on a separate channel. This is supposed to be quite sophisticated, what I've got here, but it's still letting me down. It's on a separate channel, but what I'll do is I'll completely shut that one off, so I can't, you
I don't
can't hear it.
Yeah, I
It
don't
sounds
hear
better now.
You better now?
Okay.
Yeah, everybody says better now.
Great. Sorry about that.
Okay,
No,
Maverick, Jeff,
Three-
Matthew,
three-
everybody's
Yeah.
here.
3
Hey.
strikes and I'm out.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah. Oh,
We'll have fun with this, man. We got some people on. We can talk.
Yeah, I did not want to be the first on,
Yeah.
so thank you.
We echoing.
No.
Yeah.
Are we?
Oh, Echo's back.
Is it now again?
Oh, Dallas.
Oh,
Dang.
Dallas. Hey, Dallas.
Oh. Is it still echoing?
I
Yeah.
know what's going on.
Yeah, mute
How
Dallas.
do I fix this? No, I think it might be
No,
mine.
mute Dallas and see, and then unmute. Now, is it echoing?
Yeah.
It is.
I'm echoing.
Now unmute.
I can't unmute him. He has to unmute himself.
Uh,
Let me see. How do I do this? Maybe.
you got your mic. I can hear you.
I don't know. I'll
Turn it down.
Okay.
See if that helps.
We'll just say.
Well, bloody hell.
We'll just stay quiet. Well, everybody talks. I don't know what's going on. Weird.
Okay, are we losing people?
Hi, Dallas. Oh.
Okay, guys. So
So is the echo coming from you guys, Anthony?
yes. We'll start with Maverick, man. We'll listen.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry?
We'll listen. You guys talk.
Well, we're still on the theme of what possibly is going to change.
One theme of echoes.
Yeah, well, the TV thing, I really do think that's going to be the big one. That's going to be the big one because it seems like everything is geared towards. I mean, why would you go through all the trouble of doing a multi-million dollar studio for what? A few videos on JW broadcast? It doesn't make sense. They are gearing up for that. We know that already. And the other thing is, on top of it, it's something Rick Farron last week on his show, they were talking about some phrases that were being more bounded about. Your best life ever, your best life this, your best life that. And then I kind of made a link to, I mean, this is pure speculation. Yeah, my kind of curiosity, but the kind of language that Joel Osteen used is like your best life now mantra, which it was not so much the fact that he's talking about that, but it's the fact that they're going in that direction, the TV evangelism, motivational, inspiring, motivational talking. And if they're doing that, you can quite easily imagine a lot of newcomers who will associate the Watchtower organization with that kind of, oh, they're really good, they're really encouraging, they're really amazing, they're really about encouraging people to be positive and so on. So if they're going down that road, I'm keeping an eye on them on this the language that they're starting to use. They might be in preparation, grooming the new what's it called? Not the new demographic of people that they're going to try and catch online and subscriptions and so on. That's just me speculating here, but I can see it happening. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, are we? Dang it! I'll hear it.
Well, I think you're right. Never will be where they're heading this. But their new, I mean, they're going to have new beliefs. They're getting sued left and right.
I don't know how to fix Bluetooth.
So YouTube can't hear you, Casey?
Yeah, it's just let me try.
Oh.
Is Anthony's phone on? Is he looking through his phone too?
Off.
Mine's on, but on mute.
That might be what it is.
Oh, let me see. Okay, I'll take this one.
Are you on the channel?
Yeah.
No, turn it off. Oh, that was it. That was it. It's not echoing in here. I can now. Go turn it off.
I did.
Right.
That didn't help. Does anybody have any idea how to fix this?
Oh, maybe it's in the video.
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. I didn't do that before. It's probably a connection error like we had before.
Who cares? Let's just talk.
It's really, really hard to hear with the echoes.
You can hear
You guys just talk.
overlapping stream again.
Right.
Instead of the overlap.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
No, you guys go ahead. How's everybody else doing? Jeff and
yeah.
Ricky
So
and Alice?
so this is interesting. There was somebody who started work a couple months ago, and like I want to say I knew within like a week and a half that she was a witness. Like I knew it, but I didn't say anything. And somebody at work told me a couple of days ago, they were like, yeah, you know, so-and-so, you know, she's Jehovah's Witness.
Speaking, I can't hear Jeff.
Huh? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, the funny thing is, it's like, I told this guy at work, I'm like, wait a second, like, how did you find out? I guess her in-laws were at work and they were talking and one of the in-laws tried witnessing. I was like, you know what? The funny thing is, I knew within 1 week of working that she was a witness. Like I knew it, but I didn't say anything.
How did you know?
He was like, well, how did you know? I was like, dude, like I was in there for 40 years. I can sniff it out. But no, it's just there's little things. So one thing is, like, she really didn't like she didn't like curse or anything like that, but she never talked about holidays. Never talked about holidays. Now am I echoing? Because I can hear myself. Anyways, she would never talk about holidays. And just kind of how she acted was kind of she was really nice, but just kind of socially awkward. So I'm like, yeah, there's something about her. Like I knew. And like there's this guy at work who always talks about church and Jesus and asks me all kinds of like Jehovah's Witness stuff out of curiosity or to try to start trouble. And she would try to kind of keep distant when I was having these conversations with that guy. So I'm like, I know something's going on with her. So then I told my boss, I'm like, and I'll get to this in a minute, but I told my boss, I'm like, you know what? She's so-and-so's a witness. And my boss was like, I knew there was something about her. Like there was something about her that was just kind of odd. And so the reason why I mentioned this to my boss and I told the other people, and I'm interested to hear what people in the chat would say, is I told them, I was like, look, don't, you know, because everybody at work knows my situation. Everybody knows that I stopped going to the meetings and that I used to go. I said, just don't talk to her about my situation. And it's not that I care. It's I told them, I'm like, look, you know, if you guys start telling her like, oh, Jeff used to go to the meetings, blah, 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 like that's going to make things very, very uneasy for her and very uncomfortable for her. And I told them, like, you know, when you're in it, if you're fully in, if you're not like leery of people that left, you're straight up paranoid. So if she has that like around her, it's just going to make things a whole lot worse. So just kind of leave it alone. Like if it comes up, like comes up, but just don't go run into her. Because to me, I was thinking about it. It's like, one thing I told myself when I left is like, and this might sound counterintuitive to what other people feel. Everybody has their feelings, but like, I don't want to wake people up. And what I mean by that is I don't want to get in somebody's face and tell them everything that's wrong and blah, blah, blah. And the reason I feel that way is because I understand how terrifying it is to wake up. Like, I understand all the feelings, all the paranoia, all the despair, all the thoughts of you losing everything you've known if you were born in. And it's like, that is not something I want to put on somebody else. But if somebody wants to think for themselves, if somebody wants to put the work in, if somebody has the curiosity and wants to pursue it, then I'll support them. But I don't want to be that person to push somebody over the edge. So it's just kind of awkward because I work at a very, very small place. There's like probably less than 20 people altogether that work there. And it's like I didn't think I'd deal with it, but it's like, well, here I am.
Yeah. Okay, is there an echo right now?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Oh,
I tried.
you've resolved it.
Did it? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I was messing around with some other features.
Yeah, you sound good. Whatever you did, try and remember that because that's
Don't mess
good.
with it anymore.
Okay, we don't touch me. No touchy. Okay, good. Is it hopefully there's no more echoing?
She ran across a witness one day. The lady had her purse out, her wallet out of the purse, and you could see her blood card.
The no blood card. You're like,
I was like,
The other giveaway with my coworker, it's just, there's these little weird things. Like if you're in it, you just kind of like, you kind of get it. Cause she this woman has to be like 20 years old and like recently married. So she married young,
yeah.
but it's this weird way of acting like you're like completely naive to being young, but also kind of having like this old soul element to you.
yeah.
At least, I don't know how to describe it, but that's kind of like what I went through because I was married at 21, and that's like, yeah, I was a kid, but at the same time, it's like I guess growing up in that organization kind of grooms you to be older than what you actually are.
Yeah,
and she kind of had that about her.
Oh,
it's
really
like your
sad.
mom. Your mom married your dad, who was much older, but she was young, right?
Mm-hmm. My mom got married at 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, very young.
And her dad was like,
he was a lot older than her. Yeah. He was,
like
he was
20 years.
He was 44.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little crazy.
Mm-hmm. I was 21 when I got married the first time.
Only in the witness world. Only in cults.
At least I wasn't 18. I was almost too.
You would have had your wedding right after your high school graduation.
Yeah, I know. My sister did that. She got married when she graduated.
But they're so sexually repressed. It's like no experimenting, no nothing, just marriage and that's it. You're like, I got to be married. I'm miserable.
A mild breeze gets everybody aroused.
Yeah.
No marriage, no hanky. That's what.
But I was thinking too, like if this coworker approaches me and asks like my situation, she's like, "Are you a witness?" I'm like thinking to myself, how would I handle it? But I would tell her the very first thing I would say is like, "Look, I'm basically, what would I say? I said like I'm inactive. I'm not disfellowshipped or anything, but I'm inactive. I've not been to the meetings in a long time."
Right.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I would say. But it's like.
Is there any reason why she would, like, if you just said, no, if she says, I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses, you can't just say, oh, okay, cool. And then that's it. You have to say, I also am one, but I'm inactive. I mean, can you just not?
No. So the reason is, and part of the reason I decided not to like disassociate is if I am just inactive, well, if you do disassociate, like the paranoia is going to go sky high with somebody who's still an active witness.
Yeah.
Like that's automatically going to shut it off.
Yeah.
But if you're inactive, to me, that still gives you a bit of freedom to speak or interact.
Yeah. But like,
so to me,
it would be, is there any reason, does she know anybody in your area that's Jehovah's Witnesses that knows you as well?
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, I really don't care about that.
And you could just
'Cause I
pretend
think
you've never been one.
Huh?
Well,
Just
no, he don't want to be a liar. So he just,
I mean,
Well, no, not that.
Yeah.
It's just that if she says, "Hey, I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses," he could just be like, "Cool," and that's it. He's not lying.
well, no, because the thing is at work. If she's heard me have these conversations with the other guy at work,
Yeah.
and she hears me answering questions about Jehovah's Witnesses, she's gonna know that I know something. So,
yeah.
like, if it comes up and she's like, "Hey, what's going on? Like, what's your status or what's going on with you?" I'd say, like, "Look, I'm inactive." I did it for 40 years, but I haven't been at the meetings in a long time. Because what happens to me, and like I said, I don't want to be the one to wake somebody up. But just in my mind, it's like the very first thing I would tell probably anybody, or if she comes to me asking, like, why aren't you going to the meetings or whatever, I probably wouldn't answer that. But it's like, if there's anything that she has a question about the organization, the first thing I would say is like, look, if you really, really want to have any kind of conversation with me at all, like, you go home and pray, and you pray like you've never prayed before.
Mm-hmm.
You pray as hard as you can to Jehovah, is sincerely from the heart, asking for whatever you want, and you meditate on that prayer. And then maybe after a week or two, after you've thought about it, you can come to me and maybe we can start asking questions. Because to me, what I'll tell you with me is, I looking back, I was awake a lot longer than I realized. But the moment where everything came crashing down was when I looked at outside information. I'd say that was the moment.
Yeah.
But before that moment, I prayed. I've never offered a prayer like I did in that moment in my entire life. And you know what? After I offered that prayer and decided to cross that line, I got the answers I was looking for.
Well, that's good.
So I don't want to be the one to tell this person, to knock her over the head with, "Oh, did you hear about this and that? Did you hear about this and that? Let me tell you about this and that." I'll be like, no, like, you go home and think about what kind of questions you want, or what kind of questions you have, and what might be the consequences of getting those answers.
Yeah.
Because
I think you're right. You're right, Jeff. You're right. I don't think it works anyway. Trying to wake someone up.
No, you have to want to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just be available. If you can give her the inclination that you're open and available for conversation, if
Yeah.
she chooses, she'll
Yeah.
feel safe to come and ask you something. Because I tell you, there was a brother in my congregation. We were pioneer partners, and he had Ray Franz's book and Gentile Times Reconsidered about 10 years before me. And when we bumped into each other at a local supermarket, I said, "I'm not a witness anymore." She goes, "Oh yeah. That's why I remember you used to say hi to me even when you were a witness, like he was disfellowshipped." I said, "Yeah." And then, cut a long story short, I said to him, "Well," I said, "So what actually got you out then? What was the reason?" I mean, we go out and have food now and stuff. He's a good friend. And he said, "It was Ray Franz and Gentile Times Reconsidered, Carl Olaf Johnson." I went, "Are you kidding me? And you was sitting on that for 10 years and you didn't say anything to me?" He started laughing. Wow. I said, I could have saved a decade.
Yeah.
But
no, but it was tongue in cheek. It was tongue in cheek. It was, I wouldn't have been like receptive to what he may have said at that time.
Yes. So I was watching. I'm sorry. So I was watching that XJW analyzer. That guy, he did a really good video about Truman Show, like Jenny Parfum mentioned. But I was thinking about other movies that kind of had me thinking. And one of them, and I've mentioned it before, and this stuck with me. And I must have been either like a preteen or teenager when I saw this. But do you remember the original Planet of the Apes?
Yes. Yes.
With Charlton Heston.
Alert. Spoiler alert. Anyone seen
it?
Not seen it?
If you have not, you have or have not?
I have. But
okay. Well, everybody hit the mute. Turn me off for the next minute, okay? I'm not going to say what happens. But there was a moment toward the end where the guy's trying to figure out, like, what's going on. and like the scientist ape was like, let him go. He may not be prepared for his he wants to get the question answer, but he might not be ready for what he's going to find out.
Mm.
And I remember even as like a kid, like that stuck with me.
Yeah.
There was something about that felt really, really familiar.
Wow.
But yeah, just the way, and I was looking at it earlier today because I was curious to see what that scene was. But the ape was like, like let him go. He's not going to handle the answer that he's going to get or something like that.
And
But
the elders were trying to hide the information, weren't they, in the caves?
yeah.
So it's the same sort of thing. But for me, Jeff, it was the They Live. The fight scene in They Live was me and my best friend. The backstreet fight scene when he said, "Put the glasses on, put them on," and he just won't put them on. That was me and my best friend for a year and a half to 2 years. He just would not. He just drove me insane. So anyone see They Live? That scene in They Live is absolutely encapsulates how difficult it is to wake someone up who refuses. It's not the fact that it's just they just don't want. Like, you've got the glasses on. It's so easy to put those glasses on, but they just won't do it. No, I won't do it, and they will fight you and fight you. They had a full punch up in that film. So anyone who ain't seen that, it's another one. That's my favorite film for describing cult waking up.
Well, all you have to do now these days is just be a legitimate Jehovah's Witness to get booted out. I mean, that's how crazy it is.
That's true.
Yeah. Like, what if you were like saying, "Wait a second, well, it says here in the Watchtower that whatever,
Toasting is pagan."
Toasting is pagan. Now it's okay. I'm not following that. But you
Casey,
get in trouble.
They'll say, which Watchtower was it? Was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. Oh, Old Light.
Yeah, that's Old Light.
But you know what? Like I would say, like, look, I was stumbled.
Mm-hmm.
And if they asked me who stumbled me, I would say Jeffrey Jackson stumbled me.
Oh.
Yeah. Good.
Jeffrey Jackson stumbled me.
Law, elders.
Because if I were gonna like slip somebody a note, if somebody wanted to know something, all I would write is Jeffrey Jackson, Australian Royal Commission.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yep.
If they want to feed that curiosity and find out, that 20 seconds of that will tell you everything you need to know, or it will push either that's going to like wake you up to the cognitive dissonance, or it's going to make you become a hardcore for the rest of your life JW.
Yeah.
If there is one person in that entire organization who stumbled me, I would say that was him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, because he point blank admitted it.
Oh yeah, The Village. Yeah,
what
that one.
Yeah. Is that the one where they were? Is that the one where I remember
They
seeing?
couldn't leave.
They were in the woods,
Yeah.
or they were the
Yeah.
woods, and they weren't allowed to go in the woods. Yeah, that was
like
a good.
Those of whom we do not speak.
Yeah, and they that's right. I like that movie, and they would put on these like mask or like monster looking masks, and it was just the people who were in control. So anybody tried to go to the woods, they would wear that, and they look like monsters or something, and they would be scared and run back.
What film was that?
Yeah.
What movie?
The
Village.
The Village. Oh, right.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It is.
Okay, I'll check that one out. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to go watch the Exjw analyzers.
Oh,
I would watch it.
Yeah, Jonathan done the one before, just a video before that was a really good kind of infograph type of.
I saw the infograph. That's a infograph, man.
That was really cool.
Yeah, you can do those really easy.
You can. But he kind of put everything in a nutshell, so it wasn't very long. If you want to wake up from that one infograph thing for that Exjw analyzer did, it was very good. It was very good.
It was a good infograph. I haven't saw this new one, but I did see that one, the AI one, where he generated all these infographics.
And again, he started with the foundations, which is what I bang on about all the time. 607. The foundation is, where did they get this idea that they are chosen?
Yeah.
They self-elected.
Really, that's a good one for everybody.
Where did they get the idea that they
self-elected themselves and superimposed a deity that they say that's talking to them privately, invisibly, nobody, and yet
but no proof.
we're supposed to buy that, and then they just find scriptures to cherry pick the thing that to make it look like it's something they're doing for real.
Yeah.
And when you actually go and check it out, they don't have any credentials. So, you know, that's the foundation. You know, for me, that was the only bubble that needed to be burst. And once that was gone, that's it. They can't. Anything they said after that is just entertainment value. Really, they could say whatever they want after that. It doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah, it's a lie.
Well, several people suggested I watch that one that he just did, so I've got to go watch it now.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. She's met Jonathan once.
Yeah.
Well, for us, the elders' meeting transcripts did not match the minutes. That's what was happening. So what we saw was extreme variance, and the variance just exposed the big CA. That's what it was exposing, because whenever we saw that you had a variance, it was because it was an attempt to make it clinical, and we traced it to incentivized inserted elders that were sent in as needs graters, and we saw that was their deliberate sanitizing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think any elders would wake up first now. Because they have, as you just said, Matthew, you can see what's going on, and there's discrepancies in, as you said, like talks and things being redacted from documents and so on. If you're aware of it, and you can pick up things quite quickly, and sometimes it just registers into the back of your mind, and then later on you think, hang on a minute, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's when it starts to become a problem for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maverick, it got so bad, the mental dissonance, that we had some, because one of my assignments was taking high-profile fiduciaries, branch committee members off for to psychologists and psychiatrists. So the psychiatrists would give the drugs. And then, of course, this was also happening in research department and with key personnel in the writing department who were being treated for anxiety disorders and a very serious mental breakdown. So one of the things that I reported to the chairman was the increase of dispensed mental medications, anti-anxiety medications, and the chairman said to me, we don't have those problems at the branch. He says, you're giving me fiction, get out. And I said, but you've, on the system, you've got me conducting safety reports. I have to do this by law, and I have to bring it to you as chairman, and I have to do this as an elder. This is the responsibility. I'm not fighting with you. I'm just carrying out the responsibility that has to be done in this township, because the branch is a township. It's got a Lloydale title, and as such it comes under laws where if you have incidents of accidents reports and certain incidents of mental health problems, the network is supposed to activate investigations. So you have safety officers per capita and things like this. And so when I presented it, he just went into absolute deniability, because that's spiritual warfare. He thinks that I'm coming in just by doing my job on the system, on the hub system or the admin 2000 system. He thinks that I'm challenging him as a chairman. And in fact, he hit the security alarm under his desk when I went in there to give him the report. And I was met by the branch doctor. And of course, they presented, oh, Holy Spirit brought us to you. Don't worry the old man. Don't trouble the old man. We understand what the problem is. And we'll offload this. Thank you very much. Your reports are accurate. Everything's accurate. We give you validation. Just leave it with us. But of course, that's just how it's put under the rug. When an alarm like that is set off, basically you've got people listening in on speakerphone, which they tell you before when you're a consultant. They say, "Are you? Do you give us consent to record you and to allocate a code to you?" And I go, "Yes," because I realize that the code system is so that I can counsel a governing body member without knowing it's David Splain or Jeffrey Jackson or anything like that, because it's a code. And therefore, I've got freeness of speech to say, you're an idiot. What you've done, that's incorrect. And that's how you have free communication that's fluid at that level. So they knew that there was this incident of mental health problems going on. And one of the things that we tracked down in the investigation was that when you had persons falsifying records or redacting records, that it was creating this dissonance, because we had guys getting into a truck and they would pass by, say, for instance, somebody who was on a bicycle, and they would get caught in the slipstream and get killed, crushed. So it created these accidents that were happening because there's an override of, like in military training, you can't just kill a person. They have to give an outline, and they say, shoot the outline. And it's part of the training. So when there was so much dissonance building up, it was creating a higher incidence of deaths and manslaughter charges and things like this, such as a person driving a truck and people die. And next thing, you've got red and blue lights following you and waving you down, saying, do you know that you've sucked somebody into your slipstream? And we actually found the path was because of the dissonance. One of the persons who was in the health, they call it family health care, not a hospital, but it is a hospital. It's got doctors and all hospital infrastructure. Okay, it's just they changed the name for legalities. When the investigation was done, one of the persons that was a key overseer says to me, Matt, I think I've killed somebody. And he says, I don't think I've just killed one person. I frequently think I've killed many people.
Oh, my Lord.
And so his mind was now convincing him that he's killed people, and he was living like hallucinations during the day. He's still operating in the branch, by the way, with these hallucinations.
Oh, my.
Dangerous.
Schizophrenic, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's induced from the pressure, and it's induced from the redaction of reports. Because one of the things that happened before that was occurring is he was calling me as a consultant and saying, Matt, by the way, one of my assignments now is I have to go into all of these reports and I have to redact them. I have to shred them and I have to redact them. I said, what's your role now? He says, oh, no, I'm in this oversight role. He says, I've just been appointed. I said, who did you replace? When you are getting new assignments, when people are getting new assignments and falling into oversight roles or fiduciary roles, who are you replacing? I didn't ask, Matt. I didn't ask. I said, yeah, what you need to do, if you are accepting that role, find out who you replaced. Because I'll tell you what the pattern is. When you've replaced somebody and you're getting down on your knees and you're thanking Jehovah for this, you've replaced somebody that was thrown under the bus, invariably. Oh, you now an overseer of the medical side? Okay, I'll tell you what happened. This chap, did you replace him? Yes, that's the exact guy. I said, all right, I'll tell you what happened to him. He went to hospital, part of HLC or HIS, and he was holding a sister's hand as she died because of refusing blood. Okay, and she said, whatever you do, please make sure that the hospital doesn't administer blood. And if you see a bag of blood that's put into my arm, please rip it out. It's like rape. Can you promise me that you'll do that? And then, of course, she's unconscious. And the next thing, she's plugged into a bag of blood. And the overseer does exactly what the sister has said to him he should do. Maybe he's tied into a trust fund or something like that, or a will that's benefiting the organization, and he's got a benefit from that, or a percentage of that. And she's saying, I want to incentivize you to make sure that there's only one thing that you do. Just make sure I don't get that blood. He rips it out, and the hospital then says, you committed an illegal act. You're not a doctor. You're not medical staff. You can't just do that. We're charging you with interfering with our medical practice here. And so when that happens, then the branch goes, oh, he carried out his pastoral service, but it's created a liability here. We have to get rid of this overseer. I know what we'll do. We'll use the removal and disfellowshipping now removal and tell people that, yeah, he's been removed. Because all that does is that now puts a gag order so that it stops the gossip culture from contaminating people about what's actually happened here. Sorry, I'm getting riled up.
No, but
that's fine.
It's good. But why would they disfellowship him for doing what he was told to do?
Because as soon as he talks to the congregation about exactly what's happened, they realize that it's nothing to do with the big sins like fornication or adultery or fraud or lying or stealing. It's about a liability towards the organization, because he's carried out his duties as an elder by doing what the sister has said, please defend me when it comes to blood. And he goes in there and carries out the promise, and there's a whole intricate trust fund thing that's been set up, because she says, if in case I die, make sure that whatever properties I have or whatever monies I have in the bank goes to Watchtower, but I'm incentivizing you with a percentage so that you make sure that that is carried out, because Jehovah makes sure that the worker deserves his food. So I'm giving you a benefit to make sure that you carry this out. But the stipulation is, make sure that if the family, or they put a court order to say that I have to have blood, just rip it out, because I'm non-cosmentis. I'm not able to fight this off. You fight it off for me. You're my elder. You die for me, right? You've got a Christ-like spirit. You die for me. So, but the problem is, as soon as there's money involved, an incentive that's involved, now you've got some huge civil liabilities, and you've got hospitals that charge a person coming in under pastoral care as interfering against the. It's illegal. You can't just come in and take over what a hospital has done. It's illegal.
Right.
Do you know if that lady survived or not? The one that was supposed to receive the blood.
Casey, that particular case with that, I've got to be abstract about it, because it's so traceable.
Right.
I see.
And it's the YouTube rules as well. It's just going to create hell.
You know, there's another guy who used to be a Jehovah's Witness, and he got out and he become educated, and he is now a psychiatrist, and not just a counselor, but yeah. And he does counseling, but yeah, he does Facebook everywhere. He used to be on YouTube, but he took his channel down, I think. He's like, where is he at? Somewhere in Central America, isn't it?
He's like in Peru.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he at first he didn't charge anybody anything to help him, but now he charges, and it's quite a bit. But he's really good, and he come up with, if you guys would have ever saw his channel years ago, a lot of the explanations he had to why witnesses do a lot of things that's backed by the what is it called? The DMSR book. I think that's what it is, or DSR. You know what I mean? The book that psychologists use to make an assessment of someone.
Okay.
Is that the Polish brother?
I think he is. Actually, I do.
I don't know.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's very sharp. That guy.
He's very, very sharp.
Yeah,
He's also a musician as well, which is really cool.
Oh,
He taught
Yeah.
himself to play, and then he plays bass, drums, keyboards, guitar. I'm like, good gracious.
There's only 12 notes. Say.
That's true. That is true.
I don't know. But I know somebody.
It's not that. I wish it was that simple.
Me too, man. You know, you got to have perfect pitch. But anyway, this guy is really witty, and he come up with a plan that he was just basically helping people, and then, you know, I guess he's got to live like everybody else. So I don't begrudge him or fault him for making money.
Yeah, no, of course.
You know, but his channel was so amazing at one point.
What was the name of the channel?
I can't remember. I can't find it. I've looked.
Well, I don't know who
Maverick, do
you're
you know if he's on the channel?
I'll try and find it. Hold on.
You're not talking about Jack, are you?
Who?
Jack, he's Canadian. He's Polish, but he's in Canada.
Jack, yes.
Yeah.
I think it might be him.
This
Yeah,
guy,
he's in Toronto.
I
The
don't
one
know
I'm about
the
lives
name
in
of his
Peru.
channel though. I
don't
can't
know if
remember.
it's the same person.
yeah, the one I'm talking about is in Peru.
He's like a
Oh.
Canadian one.
Yeah.
And the guy I'm thinking of is a psychiatrist or something, and he did grow up Jehovah's Witness, but him and his mom left long time ago. Like he's not shunned or none of that, but he has helped people in the witness community.
Yeah.
And he's like a psychiatrist or psychologist one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's very educated,
But I
very
don't know
smart.
the guy. I don't remember the guy's name.
Yeah, his channel, man, I hadn't saw it in a long time. He
I'll tell
last
you
time
who I
saw
used to like.
something,
Anybody remember? Sorry, Anthony. Sorry.
go ahead.
Do you remember the Sparky Apologist? The Snarky Apologist?
Yes, I do. Yes,
I love that. I loved it. Bill.
Yep.
I miss him. He was brilliant. He just used to be brilliant, and you can find a couple of his clips from different people reposting his stuff. But yes, the Snarky Apologist. He used to have a Superman T-shirt on, and he would be super brilliant at just hitting the nail on the head with Watchtower. It was just great.
and also there used to be one called the Screwed Generation.
Yeah. Yes.
And I used to love to watch his channel.
Yeah, I used to watch them too. That was around 2012, 2013, 2014 time, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right, man.
Yeah.
Highborn JW and Nadine, I want to say hello, and Jane. And I like this thing that Jenny mentioned earlier, was that she had two JW truth books, one from 1943 and the other one is the Blue Book. And then a Jehovah's Witness told her that they're no longer correct. Then why call it the truth? Truth never changes. Exactly. Like, that's what doesn't make any
always the same.
sense. It's if it is the truth, as they call it, then how is it truth always changing? Then it's no longer the truth. It's just a lie.
Yep.
Should be called the lie book. The lies that lead the lies that lead to everlasting confusion.
Linus, that's actually an excellent idea.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
And yes, we should do a New Year's podcast. You're absolutely correct, Linus.
What? The lie that leads to eternal torment in hellfire.
Dallas, your read descriptions are brilliant as well. You top the charts with your
I know, man.
yeah.
So
Dallas
James,
was good stuff.
yeah.
Dallas nails it when you.
What is the new era of Jehovah's Witnesses? Selling movies and preaching on YouTube since the end of the world is not coming. They don't like to use YouTube. You notice like everything they have on their website.
Website.
Well, and they don't have, like, for example, the convention this year. They've never had a convention that you get to see the whole convention and all the talks ever anywhere online, except for maybe a couple of the dramas. Like you can see the dramas, but that's it.
That's so funny
because their truth is always changing.
I grew up around, never was, but let me rephrase that. But I grew up around Latter-day Saints. Their conventions they were so proud of them. You can go back to the very first ones that was ever recorded and see them. They keep them. They never delete anything. They're always there.
Anthony, when I first left, when I disassociated myself back in officially it was 2015, but I was already woken up around 2012, 2013. So a couple of years I was lingering around PMO, in and out. And I remember meeting, as I was working, I bumped into two Seventh-day Latter-day Saints, two young elders, 18-year-old elders with their badges and so on.
Yeah.
And I said to them, I know all about your religion. And they were just so, oh, really, really? I said, yeah. I said, Joseph Smith, and yeah. And he said, I said, well, your cult leader and my cult leader have got quite a lot in common. Because C.T. Russell and Joseph Smith were like, you need to go and check your religion. You need to go and check your history of your organization. And because I was not obviously apostate to them, I'm in a different cult completely, or was. It was almost like, okay, well, he's not actually attacking, he's not a former member, so I can just about stomach what he's saying. But they actually promised me that they would call me up to discuss things, but I knew that wasn't going to happen.
But I
They
don't
said,
know.
we'll take your number.
Maverick,
Yeah.
if they call it, they don't call it disfellowshipping or disassociation. They call it, what do they call it?
Excommunicated.
Excommunicated. Yeah.
That's right.
They also
Yeah.
have
And,
fellowship
but
as well.
they, even when you're excommunicated, your family still talks to you and all your friends.
They don't do shunnings per
Yeah.
se, but it might depend on the
'Cause
family.
I have a good friend that's excommunicated. And
But
everybody's
now,
always talking to him.
Did they ever come back to you and tell you?
No. I did have the guy's number. I did call him, but there was no response as always. But I had a lot, when you first leave, you got a lot of raw emotion.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would have been healthy to I was just like, there's a cult. It's a
Yeah.
Jehovah's Witnesses for a long time. How long? It was a long time.
About a
Year and a half.
year and a half.
It's about a year and a half. So I studied with them, and I really and truthfully, I tell people this: when I studied with them, I thought that they were just a religious group like anybody else.
Initially.
Yeah, and I just thought, hey, sweet people knocking on doors, trying to spread their gospel.
Mm-hmm. So you find out what they're teaching.
Yeah, and then they started wanting me to quote out of their books and not give my opinion, and I was like, oh, okay, there's a problem
and then
here.
if you say, well, the governing body gets it wrong sometimes.
Well, they didn't tell me that.
And then, well, later, and they're like, yeah, they're imperfect men. Well, why are we listening to them then? I mean,
they just give me this Bible study in a book and had to read out of it. And if I had to regurgitate what was in the book, I couldn't give my own version of what it said,
like what you understood it to mean.
and I had to go by cherry pick verses. And
which books did you study then, Anthony? What era of
Will Forever?
No, you did not.
No. I'm sorry. What is it? Paradise.
That was my one, by the way. That was
He
my
doesn't
one.
remember. Okay, hold on, I'll get it.
The double spread of the 607 1914 across with a big arrow.
There's two versions. They give me a new version while I was studying.
Forever.
Really teach us.
Oh, what's the Bible really teach us? That's right. And what's the other one?
Later, it was what does the Bible really teach?
Yeah, what does the Bible really teach us, and what's the Bible really teach?
They changed that as well. It used to be what does the Bible really teach, and then they changed it to what can the Bible really teach?
Yeah.
Did anyone pick that up?
I was
Did
all in.
anyone pick that up?
All in, studying, believing it, and then they started that mess, not wanting me to give my opinion any longer and wanting me to quote.
Yeah.
And by the time it was close to time to start studying the 607 stuff,
Right.
and
Okay. Well,
I remember going, "Oh my Lord, I'm studying in a cult."
yeah. So what does the Bible really teach?
So then I started researching it, and man, I found all kinds of stuff on YouTube. I was like, and I remember
look at
the first ones I pulled up. I said something wrong the other day. The
Yeah.
very first one I pulled up was Screwed Generation, then Kilman Mikey. That's how long they've been around.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Hey, Joey.
Oh, and then of course the other guy who
Wow,
he
Joey.
helped a lot of people escape, and we all know who he is. And I have to say he did help a lot of people escape.
Lucidas.
Yes.
No, he was brilliant.
Great, man. I loved his channel.
He came to my Kingdom Hall once because his
wow.
best friend was my best friend.
Oh wow.
That's how it's a small world, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't remember him. I remember him vaguely, But
And then I remember Jonathan had the round table there back at the end, right as she was waking up. That was really good.
Exjw Critical Thinker was helpful.
Oh, the critical thinkers, they were good.
yeah,
1914 explanation was good.
Man,
Because
JT and Lady
this
C, that was
generation
really
shall
good.
not pass away.
And Cedars was really good, or Lloyd Evans, whoever you want to call.
We mean Lord Evans?
Yeah.
Lloyd divided a lot of people out. I don't want to talk about him on like
Yeah.
controversially.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
But he divided a lot of people up. But
Yeah.
it's sad because it kind of put it kind
He helped a lot
of
of people
ruined
at the same time,
sadly. But you know, he done a lot of good work for people. It's a shame that that all that he didn't handle it very well. But anyway, let's not go there.
Yeah, but you know, but
Yeah.
you know, now then I look at all these channels that just keep popping up, and I'm so
Yeah.
glad to see it, because the more channels that come out, the more we support each other, the better it is to wake people up, because everybody
yeah.
has their truth and has something to say. Like Jeff really has a good approach with this, and Maverick, you got a different approach that's really good, and you listen to
Yeah.
everybody, you learn, and then
Yeah.
you got Matthew up here, who's just a plethora of knowledge. I mean, he's been around all really high echelon of Jehovah's Witnesses. It's pretty impressive.
Daisy wants to know.
And Dallas, who always has everything to say, like he has little skits. He
Did
makes me
ego
laugh.
keep any of you from admitting that you had any doubts? Just wondering.
Ego.
That's what I said, right?
Yeah.
Ego. Did ego keep any of you from admitting that you had any doubts?
For me, no. It was never about ego.
Okay.
Okay. Me neither. I just
Me
was
neither.
trying to get the truth.
Okay.
Yeah, me neither. I actually felt like a complete idiot afterwards for how obvious some things were, like Proverbs, the whole book of Proverbs about new light. Absolute, like how. I sat there afterwards and let me just read the whole thing again. It's not a very long chapter 4.
Chapter 4, yeah.
And it has absolutely nothing to do with spiritual enlightenment. It's symbolic of two paths in life, two pathways. And if you go on the pathway of darkness, you're going to have a bad ending. And if you go on the path of righteousness or whatever, you know, in that direction, you're going to have a better outcome. You know, choose a pathway. Has zero, it's zero. And I thought, because it's still a go-to. I mean, like, it's embarrassingly obvious. And I just sat there and went, you idiot, to myself. I'm like, what an absolute idiot. Then I said to myself, no, I shouldn't feel like that, because there is a spiritual blindness going on. There is a spiritual blindness going on. There is something going on there that blocks us from understanding these things until we are honest enough to say, you know what, I don't care what the truth is. I just want the truth. And if we have that mentality, then we won't, you know, we can't go too far wrong. But unfortunately, there's a lot of pride in the Kingdom Hall, Casey. You were saying about who asked the question. I think the people who have a problem with doubts are the people who are still sitting there in the Kingdom Halls.
You know, the thing is, though, Maverick, the smartest and most brilliant people can get sucked into cults like that and never realize it's a cult. So it's nothing to be embarrassed about or never feel dumb about, because brilliant people every day.
So I'm looking at Daisy's follow-up question. And it's like, it's for me, am I reading it right? Like, do you feel stupid and then admit that you were wrong? No, like, I needed this. I needed everything I learned to be true. I needed it to be true. That's the easiest, clearest way I can put it, is that I needed everything I learned in there to be true. So when I found out it wasn't about having ego or having pride or wanting to be right or wrong. It's like me learning that everything I needed to be true was a complete lie is what I had a problem with.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with ego.
Yeah. Hello, freed from cult life. The more we speak out, the louder I'll get, and the pressure on Watchtower will mount. That's true.
Yeah, good.
That is true. That's one thing I'll say, man. All these channels, it's amazing to see the work that's going on.
I'll tell you one thing though, for myself, there's when I first left, I did start putting up videos, funny enough. And then I realized I wasn't ready, and emotionally I still feel like I need to I still need time, actually, even after over a decade now, well over a decade now, I still need time to focus on my own life before I can have the emotional energy to reach out and start being a support to other people. I do it in different ways, like interacting with everybody on the, your channel and other channels, and I comment and I try and support as best I can. But I said there was a time when I thought, right, I'm going to really make a big impact by having my own channel and really trying to make an impact. And I realized that I went, no, I've got to be honest with myself. I have to rebuild my life and heal in every way, and I'll know when I'm ready. I'll know when I'm absolutely ready to start to do that. And I said I've got to look after myself, and that's something I didn't want to admit to myself. I thought, I'll bounce back and it's no problem. But it's taken me over a decade, more than 10 years, to build every part of my emotional, physical, financial, every part of my life. And I'm glad for it, because I don't think I would have been the right person for that environment at that time. I probably would have made a mess of it.
Well, and that's a big thing right there that you just said, Maverick. There's a lot to waking up. There's a lot to escaping cults. And everybody does things a little differently, and because we're all different, and there's a lot of pieces to a puzzle, and some people are really in tune with themselves, and it's hard to do something just forced,
Like, I mean, doctrinally, I walked away without batting an eyelid. I knew it was totally incorrect. But then looking at my own life, the lack of investment in my own life.
Yeah.
And, I had a hard life before I was a witness. Family stuff was going on. My dad had a lot of emotional and mental issues that I was dealing with. I had, so it was kind of like, what was I thinking? How, you just jump back into everyday life and think it's just going to click back into everything's going to be fine. No, it took a lot longer. I had to really humble myself and say, you know what, this is taking a lot longer and a lot more things I need to organize. And it's just even just your everyday life, investing that much time into that culture and that routine. You have to build so many pieces of your life again, the obvious ones people think, I mean, some people have a lot of stuff in place, but they still hang on to remnants of the emotional damage that the organization did to them, or they may have been sadly, abused, or something have happened that really, really continually impacts them. Others didn't have as severe maybe impact in that way, but they just completely have to rebuild every other aspect of their life, especially if you really believed it. I'm sure most of the people who leave really actually did genuinely believe it sincerely and did everything they could to support the organization, which I certainly did. I pioneered for years. I put my whole entire life into it. And so after that, you think, hang on a minute, no. They've taken enough from me. I'm going to now focus on my life. And I know people still need help, but I can only do what I can do. And it's a real kind of like a self-healing thing for me personally. When I said, I could only give what I have. I said that to myself. That was a sentence I kept saying, like a mantra to myself. You can only give what you have. If you haven't got it, it's like you going up to a car showroom and there's a Ferrari there, and you don't have the money to get the Ferrari. You can want it all you want. You're going to look at your bank balance and say, I can't afford this Ferrari. So you can only give emotionally, like your bank balance. I said to myself, my emotional bank balance needs to be up there and healthy again before I can, and so that's why, as you were saying about before, the comments in the chat saying, should we feel bad or embarrassed or guilty or feel stupid? No, because it takes a hell of a lot out of all of us, and we're survivors. We are the winners here talking now. We are the winners. Sadly, there's still people trapped in there, and you can't help them until they're ready to be helped themselves.
Well, so I was thinking, because I was, I'm in my mid 40s, and I'm thinking of moving to like the other side of the world. just to kind of get away
Right.
and have like just a new experience. So I was in Japan a couple weeks ago, and I got to hang out with Hannah.
Wow.
That's
she's
cool.
she's really cool. Side note, we would see the witnesses doing the cart witnessing, and she was trying to like engage them.
Oh, well.
But anyways, no. So it's just interesting. So I mean, this was the whole trip was a very interesting experience. But kind of looking back, so I'll start out. One of the experiences I had, there was somebody I met. I connected with, and I was going to meet them. We were chatting. It's an American who's been there for like 25, 30 years. And something about religion comes up. And I'm like, yeah, well, I control group, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, what was that? I said, yeah, it was, I was Exjehovah's Witnesses until like the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, wow, you don't say. So she said, and she did her, she was into religious studies and did her dissertation on Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, wow.
And was interested in speaking to somebody who left. So we had a really, really good conversation. And like I'm telling her my story and just kind of like my life and whatever, because we're getting to know each other.
Yep.
And there were certain things, but at one point she was like, like your life would be, you should like write your story.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of like my life experience. And I'm thinking about, now that I'm thinking about it as we're talking, it's like how much of my life was connected to Jehovah's Witnesses, and pretty much all of it was. But by that, I mean, here I am thinking of trying to move to some different culture and different place. But a lot of my experience I had with learning a foreign language was at the Kingdom Hall, because I was in a foreign language congregation for years.
Yeah.
Even like, with French and then with Haitian Creole later. And one experience I was telling her was like, just Japanese culture, you can very much be an outsider, and you have to be comfortable with the idea of being an outsider.
Yeah.
So I was telling her of like one of the experiences I had within the Haitian community. Just this is my experience, as I see it. Is what would happen is, here I am trying to learn this language, and they can be very insular. They're very much like us versus them, and they're very proud of their culture, and I get it. And if you know the history, you would understand why. But here I would go with like another Haitian friend to preach to somebody at their door. I greet this person in Haitian, and the householder turns and looks to the person standing next to me and talks to them. They're like, oh, wow, you can speak some Creole. Okay, let me talk to this other person since you're not Haitian. And, that's part of the life experience I had, where it's like, okay, this is what it looks like being the person who's not in the group. This is what it's like, having to process this situation and these feelings. But dealing with that built me up for like a different situation. If I'm going to move to a country, I'm going to be an outsider. I have that. Another thing I told her was like, Japan is very famous for having a lot of rules. And I talked to her a couple times, but at one point I said, I was thinking about the whole rules thing in Japanese society is there are unwritten rules. And if you grow up living there, you know what the rules are. Like, you know to be quiet on the train, to keep your trash, how to separate trash. There's a certain way you dress. And, she had a familiarity with witnesses. And I'm like, with witnesses, if you grow up in a high control group, think about all the unwritten rules that I had. Like, you don't say good luck. You don't say bless you if somebody sneezes.
That's right.
You know what movies you can watch and what you can't watch. You know how somebody's supposed to dress. Like
Yeah, it's a lot.
you know how somebody's hairstyle is supposed to be. You know if somebody's a logo on their shirt. And growing up with it, you know what the rules are. You're not going to read it in some document, but you know the rules.
Yeah.
And, if you kind of step out of line, somebody's going to pull you to the side and say something.
Yeah.
And if they see you like the next time doing the same thing, it's not going to be long before people start avoiding you. And she was like, wow, like that, like if that was your experience, you'll be fine here. And it's not so much what it is to me is like, growing up with that, what it looks like. Even, you know how to operate within that environment. you kind of know how to deal with the things that are unspoken. And, just for all the negative things and all the things that I look back and things that I feel like I lost out on. But it's like when I tell people my story and just the experiences in life I had and how much of it was connected to being like a witness. While I have a certain perspective that helps me navigate the life I have now that other people don't have.
Yeah.
I mean, do I feel like I'm normal? Absolutely not. But there's a way that I can go about and see things a certain way and navigate in a certain way. So it's like for everything that might have hurt and I don't like, why don't I use those things to my advantage?
Yeah. Well, Jeff, as well, we have an ability to see a lot of the BS much much more quickly than the average Joe blogs on the street. Because I can echo what you're saying, in the fact that after removing myself from the culture and the environment of being a witness, I just thought, hang on a minute, I'm just seeing another layer of the same kind of psychological mechanisms in everyday life, whether it be secular or political, or I just saw a lot of the same stuff in a different package. So we are much, in a way, better equipped now than ever. And as you said, you're seeing it, you're choosing to see it in a more positive way. But we are kind of much more equipped to be able to be aware of what's going on around us. It's the subtle layers of manipulation and political influence or spiritual influence or whatever it is. It can be any area that we focus on. But it's very true what you said. It's very true. So I just saw, like, we just came out of the 1 or 2 layers of the onion in the cult, and now we've just come out to several other layers of onions that we make that are in the world, in our world. I won't say in the world. It's just a JW meant a phrase there, but the actual world that we live in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But it's interesting too, because there were certain things, even though I was still, and so as I think about it, it's like everybody talks about when you were awake and, if you were in, but it can be on a spectrum, I think. But I was still a participating Jehovah's Witness, and this job I was working at was like a high-end, overpriced, well-known grocery store, which I won't name, but
Probably guess.
yeah, I'm like wearing the shirt if you can read it. But it's like while I was working there, I would see the culture there, and I'm like, these are like there are elements of the culture here that are very cult-like.
Oh yeah,
Just the way they would push certain ideas, or the way they would try to have this fake togetherness and this fake unity.
corporate,
And it was
corporate.
it was all. Yeah,
Sorry
but I
to
mean,
cut you.
this job, this work specifically, if you work there,
Right.
the whole idea was like, okay, we want to make everybody look diverse, but behind the curtains, it's all about being homogenous.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is cult-like, but you know what? At the same time, it kind of feels like I'm going to the Kingdom Hall. Like they're preaching all this happiness, despite how miserable I can see everybody is at work. They want to talk about how happy it is to work here.
Yeah.
And just the overall mentality was very, like you said, very corporate. And it just, I'm not saying Jane, I'm not saying it's a bad place to shop. But no, as far as working there, the environment that they pushed, at least while I was there, was very cult-like.
Yeah, and I like what Jenny says is that we can be glad that we've had this experience with Jehovah's Witnesses, so we can recognize the systems they use and maybe recognize other cult-like behavior.
Well, I remember when KC woke up, and I did something that was real subtle with what I told her. I didn't just dump everything on her. I was really worried because I didn't know how to tell her. And
once you realized it was.
Yeah, once I realized what they were teaching.
Oh.
And so I was like, man, how am I going to tell her this? Because she was very, very, very into me studying and becoming a baptized witness. And I was like, I'm not going to do this. And I'm like, I just kept studying, and it was several months I had to prime her just to give her the first little tidbit of something. But then once she woke up, it was like she was angry, she was sad, and she still had a lot of things that even some that she still overcomes, but had to work her way through.
Yeah, everybody does.
And you grew up in it, third generation on one side. And so how old were you when you woke up? 40?
I was like maybe 39.
Yeah.
I think.
So,
I think 38 or 39.
Yeah. So from birth on to that, that's all she knew was Jehovah's Witness and men. And her whole family is like hardcore nutty with it.
Oh, yeah, free from cult. It says remembers my waking up story. He said that he dropped grenade after grenade of information that shut my wife down. Yeah, got to do it slow.
Well, what happened with her once she woke up, then she wanted to tell everybody.
Well, you still have to be quiet. You have to be like, you have to keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut.
Especially when
eventually, it'll calm down. It's just initially you want to tell people, but
you want to save the world, and it's just it's hard to do. But you just have to.
You just want to tell everybody what you just learned, but you can't.
Yeah, because you just make enemies.
Yeah. Oh, and someone was asking if anyone knows about the latest in the $100 million lawsuit. I think that's still kind of ongoing, like waiting to see what happens on that. That's all I know. Do you?
It's still going. It's still ongoing. The 100 million. They tried to, or they're trying to get it thrown out, saying that she missed a deadline on something, or they're trying to play around with it. But there's other cases that actually have not gotten thrown out, so odds are good that it's not going to. But Vern done a really good thing on that, and so did Exjw Analyzer.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
he done one. Yeah, Vern done one as well. So you can go watch both of those. They're really fixing my fate. This Vern.
Yeah.
And I think Watching Watchtower has posted something, and I don't know if you guys get it, but Watching Watchtower is really good at keeping you up.
Just provide links and stuff. They don't really have a channel.
Yeah, well, you can go read the actual subpoenas. You can go read the actual indictments. You can read the actual paperwork, legality paperwork, because it's all public knowledge. So Watching Watchtower is really good for that. And they break it immediately. And then Vern's always second, and then everybody else follows.
Yeah, I know.
Fixing my fate, I guess.
But you know what's crazy? What I think is interesting, because they're talking about the whole $100 million case, and they're trying to get it thrown out on a technicality.
Yeah.
That whether they win the money or whether they have to pay the money or not, that's not a good look.
No, it's not.
That's not a good look to see that you got over on a case on a missed deadline.
Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah.
But then again, all these cases that they pay out that they don't want to go to court, so they'll just pay them out so they keep it out of court. You would think that would look terrible on them, but people forget. They got.
But can you imagine a news channel? Can you imagine a news channel taking that story saying, "Oh, the Jehovah's Witnesses beat $100 million case because of a missed deadline"?
Yeah.
But you see, they're relying on keeping the eyes and ears of the rank and file away from that information. They know they can't control the broader media, and the only people who are going to be shouting about it is going to be former witnesses like us. So as long as they can keep a lid on, as much as possible, a lid on the rank and file, demonizing the sources, ad hominem attacks on the sources. That's what they're doing, really. Basically, just you can't trust those sources. These are angry, bitter ex-witnesses who've got a grudge. No, that's what you want everyone to believe. But I used to wonder when I was a witness. This is when I was really deep into it. In my teens and early 20s and so on. I used to think, who are these apostates and why they're so angry. I never saw an example of any of them, apart from maybe one person outside a convention. And I was almost curious to say I would like to have an actual conversation with one of these people one day to actually find out why they're so angry. I did used to say that to myself, but then I wasn't born in as a witness. I wasn't born in, so I didn't feel like, what's the big deal talking to someone? If I know I've got the truth, why am I worried about what they're going to say? That's how I used to. But then the culture did make me feel guilty. I allowed the culture to influence me to the point where I just want a quiet life. I'll just not cause a scene, or I won't rock the boat. Just want a quiet life. Don't want no eyes and ears on my, heat on me from the elders or whatever. But I did used to fight very hard to retain my own sense of who I am, and most of us have been trying to fight for our own sense of identity, holding on to who we actually are inside, which the Watchtower continually fights against. Because if someone says to you, you are happy today, whether you are happy or not, they announce it from the platform, aren't we the most happiest people on the planet? Well, you speak for
Yes.
yourself. Ask me, am I happy? No, you have to be happy because this is the happy organization, for example. So you got somebody who's going through hell on earth for whatever reason. They're going through hell, and they're sitting at the Kingdom Hall or the meeting, and they're going, yeah, right, okay, we're happiest people, but oh dear, it's just.
But you know what? The way you said that, that's interesting, because one of the things that really started getting in my mind was when they would make a statement at the conventions. It was especially at the conventions, and it's like I could tell it was so scripted, but they would make like an assumptive statement and expect everybody to agree.
Yeah.
They'd be like, isn't it so encouraged? Aren't we so encouraged to see brother such and such come as a visiting speaker? And then people break out in applause. And it's like, I'm like, you're not really asking me that, are you? You're like, you're telling me that I'm supposed to be encouraged that he's here. And it's like, to me, I could see the mind. It's just over time, whenever he wrote it, where I'm like, the level of mind control in these statements, where they pose a question and expect everybody to applaud and agree. I'm like, that's not right. That's not right.
The one that always got me, Jeff, that was just crazy, is I would go to the meetings with Casey, and I'd be sitting there, and this guy would be giving like his first speech or something, and it would be like nails on a chalkboard, man. And you're just like, oh, this is just, please let me get out of here.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it's over, wasn't that amazing? Didn't that brother do a good job? And I was like, don't tell me, go and give him encouragement. I don't want to hear this.
It's like even Moses had a spokesperson. Like,
yeah,
Jehovah used Moses, but maybe he used somebody a little better speaker than him.
Right.
And he's using this guy.
Good point. Good point.
But no,
Great point right there.
But so going back to what you're saying about the who's talking about, like, the kind of keeping a lid on information so the witnesses don't find out about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: what I find interesting, could there be a critical mass where it gets to the point where so many things happen in so many congregations that it really doesn't even matter what gets out to the news? Like, could it get to a point where they start rotting from the inside from all these things? If such and such happens at one congregation and people end up finding out what happens, does it have to make the news for people to know that something bad happened? And then they find out, oh, okay, my cousin at this place on the other side of the circuit found this out too, and it ends up becoming common knowledge. Yep. How do you put a lid on that? How do you put a lid on that?
I don't think they can anymore.
I agree right there, and I get what you're saying, and I understand what you felt about the meetings there, Anthony. I do. I certainly do.
there's a marketeer. There's a guy called Edward Bernays. Sometimes I mention him when I'm on the comments when it's related to. He was the guy who invented the term public relations. When the word propaganda was
he was related to Sigmund Freud. Yeah,
Sigmund Freud's nephew, Edward Bernays. He lived in the States. If you look at his book, I've read a few of his books, and he said about it doesn't really matter what you won't convince people with the actual facts. You only convince people when you appeal to their emotion and you look for what now is termed as influencers. Like in modern terms, people say influencers, but it's not. It's not a new concept. If you want to present a piece of information, you want the masses to know about that, to be convinced or to buy what you're saying. You just hire someone who is seen as an expert in that area, and you get them to tell he or she to tell them. And they have an audience, and you've bought that audience now. You've got that audience's attention because they trust that source. So all Watchtower needs to answer your question. The reason why I brought up Edward Bernays is because Watchtower is relying on people still believing that they are the source that you trust. So as long as a witness, a rank and file, believes that the leadership or the so-called anointed are elected by God invisibly, in 1919, as long as they still have any concept of that or still have that in their head, you can tell them anything. You can tell them the sky is orange and the moon is square, and they would believe it.
Yeah.
So Jenny was saying something, because this goes along with you saying rather have facts, don't care about the emotions.
Yeah.
And this, like Splain years ago, meant this was like a red flag moment for me. When Splain was giving this talk about negative reports about witnesses. So he was like, okay, so it's a negative report. Okay. Or no, he said, okay, so somebody might be telling lies. You might be hearing false reports, false. But then he immediately crosses over and says, okay, so what about negative reports? It's bad. How does it make you feel? He specifically said, how does it make you feel?
Right. See?
And the moment he said that, I'm like, that's a problem.
It's a problem.
That is a serious problem. Because being lied to or being told the truth about something you don't want to hear, you cannot put those two things together. It's like, okay, so my wife is cheating on me with my brother. Wow, please, that really hurts. I'm really, but I don't want to hear it because it's going to make me feel sad.
Yeah.
Well, it's. I think it's sometimes about things that certain ones want to hear. It's that echo chamber there. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's true.
Am I back up?
Chamber. You're right.
I got something for you. If you want to see that, if y'all want to see this, what
do you got there?
Oh yeah, Ray Friends.
Yep.
Crisis of Conscience.
I got one of these.
I think that might be In Search of Christian Freedom, right?
Oh yeah.
Ray Friends.
No, that's Crisis
of Conscience.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Ours looks different.
Yeah, I have. Mine looks different.
That's the one I have.
It might be reprinted again with a new cover. Yeah.
Well, I got something for you to see. Another thing for you to see. It just happened to find out at Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, really?
What is it? What is that?
It's
I can't. Let me get
leaving the witnesses.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. That's the one who was in China, the woman who was in China, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I forget her name.
You found that in Habitat for Humanity. That's pretty cool. That's a great find, man.
Well, Amber Scorer, or I can.
Yeah, Scorer. Yeah.
Scorer, right.
If I want to meet her and get her autograph.
I had to get that.
If you hear her story, it's great.
If Ray Friends was alive today, I'd love his autograph as well.
Were you born in Dallas?
Yes, I was born in.
How many generations are you?
It's just my parents, myself, but I got 2 aunts that's in.
Okay.
So one
That
overlap.
they
Just-
converted. They converted, but one of them came in long time ago before, and then one much later. They're sisters to each other, but I love them to death. And actually, had many friends, certain ones that earned my trust that loved them to death as well.
Mm.
Well, most witnesses you meet are not bad people at heart. They're just badly misled.
Yes, but as individuals, I saw good heart, great heart in them, and
They're lost. They're lost. You have to feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for my former friends.
When I understood, I felt very sad for them, and I feel sad for the ones many I still love, and just became. When I woke up, it made me very sad for them, knowing that they are betrayed.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
That's very true, Dallas.
Good point.
It is sad. I knew the elder I studied with, and we become somewhat friends. You know,
That's nice.
we talked quite often after I quit studying.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of weird. Just one day he called me and asked me what I was doing, and he had a question about something, which was kind of ironic. I was like, okay, well, this is weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I answered his question, and he had to go. What was a couple of weeks later, he called back, and we talked for 2 hours that time.
Oh.
And
yeah, you got him thinking that maybe this wasn't the truth.
He was a really good guy. I really liked him, and I saw a lot of things about him. But he had some, like a lot of elders, they have demons in their closet, and they came out and got him, and it was bad. And then he passed away, which I hate that.
But he died questioning the truth.
Yeah, he was out.
Well, he was. Yeah, maybe
he might have been a PMQ or something.
Yeah,
PMQ or PMO or some of PMQ.
He was mentally out. He was done.
He was questioning at least.
That's what you call PMQ.
Yeah,
the ones I particularly feel concerned for, the ones who are POME, physically out, mentally in.
Yeah,
that's a very difficult. Yeah,
there's a couple on the channel like that, and it's really hard.
Yeah,
because you need to get to the root of what is causing you to feel that way, I guess. That's why I say to people, you have to, somehow, there's no shortcuts. You have to get to a point where you are convinced for yourself that there's no, you're not going to run back in there, or there's a little twinge of doubt that maybe this might be still the truth in some way. And usually it's when something happens in our environment. It could be an earthquake or something, or suddenly, oh my goodness, and it triggers the person. Because the amount of this is something I actually noticed. I don't know, it's just not a side point necessarily, but it may. I don't want to go off on a tangent, but just extracting myself from every. I tell you what I've been doing lately. I've just completely shut the news off. I've shut the news off. I don't care what's going on wherever. I do care if there's people suffering and that, but I mean, I can't do anything about that. So I say to myself, what is the point of me watching the news 24? Like the news channels are 24/7 now. You could anytime it's all day long, every day. And I went, this is just like the Watchtower. It makes you feel like the whole world's about to blow up. Or it's not good for our psychology. I'm telling you, I personally don't like it. I just said nope. And I tell you, the difference in my mentality, my mental state has improved so much just by not dwelling on that. And what do we get at the Kingdom Hall? Or you go on jw.org, and every other week I'll make a big nuclear holocaust picture or famine or pestilence or something. I mean, who's going to feel positive after watching that?
You ain't going to feel that way. And I don't watch the news because I think it's just garbage, right? I do.
That's true. That's true. I do.
I got one of them from one of the aunts and sisters, the younger one, her ex-husband, the older one, she said that her ex-brother-in-law, it'd be my aunt's one ex-husband. I understand he didn't watch the news because he believed it was all garbage.
Yeah. As an exercise, I challenge anybody, not challenge, but a little thing. Just try going 3 or 4 days completely without knowing what the weather is going to be or something. Just shut off all the news channels and then try go back to yourself and say, wow, how do I feel? You just think, oh my goodness, life is actually all right. You know, you
And-
start focusing on other things, and that's what they do. They get us focused on negative, and you go to the Kingdom Hall, same thing, negative. You know, how many talks did we hear starting out with a really bad, sinister statistic? You know,
Yeah.
and then go for a whole depressing scenario, and then that right at the end, well, the solution is God's kingdom, and soon everything's going to come to your head. Yeah, but you just made me feel like topping myself just now. You know, beforehand, like 45 minutes of depression. And then at the end, you tell me, well, in the new system, it's going to be great. Yeah, well, great. What do you do? I'm not feeling happy now.
Well, all right. What I recommend, anybody who's going to get a paper, why don't they get it for the such things as a Garfield's and such things like that, crossword puzzles. Look for some ads for sale if you're looking for anything. Use it for that. Use it for use that newspaper for some entertainment, such
Or
as
you can move to New Mexico because like we're out of the loop here.
Yeah. Is that the answer then? That's the answer. Jeff's chilling out in Mexico. He's cool.
No, New Mexico. New Mexico.
New Mexico.
New Mexico, the state of New Mexico,
Right.
United States of America.
Like nobody. Dallas, are you in Dallas? Are you in Texas?
No, I ain't in there, but
Okay.
I'm
Because I was
wearing.
going to say
He's got
You get to
nobody
see.
knows where New Mexico is. Nobody knows where New Mexico is.
You know what this
It's
is?
next to Texas, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what
Neighboring
this is?
state.
And what I got on it's a Texas Rangers shirt is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texas Rangers, which I've attended one game while living there,
Mm-hmm.
and then end up getting a shirt, but lost it, but got more than one replacement now.
Oh, I was just going to say real quick, Stian had to go. Thank you for joining in. And we have a new person here, Sparky.
Sparky. Hello, Sparky.
Hey, Sparky.
I like that. That's a cool name.
It's cool. I like it.
I tell you, Jeff, New Mexico is a beautiful place, but it's a cold place, man.
Only when it's only at night.
Yeah, a friend of mine just moved, man. He lived in Albuquerque, and he moved about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, up in the mountains near Colorado.
Oh, he might be in my neck of the woods. Yeah.
Yeah, he loved it up there, and that's where he wanted to go, even though he's from Albuquerque.
Nobody knows about it. I'll put it to you this way. I had some friends, I'm like, in Japan, I'm like, yeah, I live in New Mexico. They're like, where's that at?
Oh,
I said, I was like, you know where Texas is? They were like, yeah. I said, you know where Arizona is? They were like, yeah. I said, New Mexico's right in between those two.
And
they were like, there's something in between those two.
World famous?
You need to tell them it's in United States of America.
Yeah.
It's America, United States, America.
We don't get the news here.
Planes were world famous.
We don't get the news here.
Yeah.
But
no, you don't.
Speaking about the news is always going to be altered to they're going to tell you lies. They're not going to tell you
Absolutely.
They're going to tell you some truth mixed with lies because they want to convince you of something, because they want ratings. They want you to come and watch their news. They want the ratings. So they don't care about truth per se. So and I was actually researching that one time. I was asking ChatGPT, where is the best news source I can get that's like 100% fact? And it said, there is no such thing. There is no news source that's going to give you 100% facts. But there are some that are less, that are like that don't lie as much, you could say, that are try to keep it more neutral. There are a few out there that do that, but that's the problem with news. I don't like watching news either.
Yeah, I
because
don't.
I want the truth. I don't want a bunch of lies.
I watch the news for 30 minutes every morning. Done. That's it.
Yeah.
That's a good 30 minutes or less than half hour, even better than that.
Well, I'm an old guy, man. You know, coffee, the news.
I find that I don't need to really wait for the news to watch it, because somebody in my family or around me is going to tell me, "Did you hear about this? Did you hear about
Oh,
that?"
yeah.
Yes, I heard already. Yeah, so I don't read.
I'm
I
glad
never
to
get
hear
a
it
chance
in the
to. Yeah.
Well,
It's,
You got to
I-
live any moment it's coming.
I've made my choice that I don't want to be spoon fed by that organization ever again.
yes, for sure.
And
That's
I
just
don't want ones to try to get me back to the truth, because it'll be, well, I got no comment,
mm.
and then I will try to avoid the issue, and if it's about coming to, I don't want nothing to do with it, because or any calls, because can't make me. And if it's about that, Mom,
Yes, Dallas, I hear you. You know, there was one guy he was a business coach, actually, I listened to, and he said, "I don't watch the news." He was talking about himself, and then said, "Ask me why." And he said, "Well, because most people can't or sort out what's going on in their own life, let alone worry about what's happening in everyone else's life around the world." He said, "Focus on your own life." You know, and I said, "You know what? He's true." He was making a light of it, but it's so true. I mean, you don't want to walk around with your head buried in the sand. But I find some people, they just their whole conversation is, "Oh, Trump this, blah blah blah, that this happened there, that way," and it's just
gotta get
nonsense.
that
Like
I'm so
they
sick.
get you chasing your
hearing
tail,
that.
and then the real
Yeah.
stuff that's going on, no one's paying attention to.
Right.
You know,
I
I'm sounding
agree.
conspiratorial now.
You know, this is the point of the show where I have to take a moment. If you hadn't
Yeah.
subscribed, please do. If you hadn't hit the thumbs up, please do. It helps our algorithms. And don't forget to hit the bell if you want notified for future
Like,
events that's upcoming. And if you hadn't checked out the channel for all music, if you like R&B, you like soul, you like funk, you like country. Well, no, I hate country. But if you like,
well, I like that, especially
it's
certain.
by accident. If you like rock, if you like pop, you know, the pop music, and you want it to have some meaning, that has some grit to it, that talks about escaping the witnesses, that has emotion attached to it, check out Frequencies of Freedom. Frequencies, plural, of freedom.
Sherry likes the Messianic musicians.
Messianic
Never
Jews,
heard of
that's
it.
great too,
No,
man.
the
Enjoy them.
Messianic musicians.
So, but you know,
I've
check
never
out
heard of
the
them.
channels. Always, always let us know what your thoughts are. Please comment. We love comments, whether they're good or bad. We delete the bad ones if we want.
Well, yeah. Well, no, we leave them.
was a
It depends on how bad it is.
Well, some of them have been, like
Good criticism. Criticism is
Yeah,
good.
criticism's
It
good,
helps me to know what I need to do.
But
There's a way of putting things, you know. I think some people think they got a license to be
with
disrespectful, even if they don't. You can disagree. I say to people, you can disagree with me 100%. You can have a completely opposite view, but if you're disrespectful, that's a completely different thing. You know.
Well, you'll get a witness on here occasionally, and they'll be like that guy whose name I don't want to mention, who's an old fat guy, but
all right,
and they'll be absolutely barbaric
Oh.
with what they have to say. You're like, good gracious, man. You know, and then you get those people that's out, but they're confused. You're like, all right, just eat, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, Grow's in the chat. Hi, Grow.
Hey, Grow.
Hi, Grow.
Yeah, Frequencies of Freedom. Yeah, that's the name of the channel.
Yeah, Frequencies of Freedom. Thank you there, Mama Sue.
What?
Casey, could you put the link in your description and sometime, because I actually really had to look for it for a while, and I went back onto one of your videos, and then you mentioned it again, and then now I know the name, but that I didn't register the name of the channel before, so I was looking for it for ages. That's why I didn't.
We just yes,
Yeah.
I will do that, and
Yeah.
I can do that in
Yeah,
just like
post
the
it.
For
video.
other people, I mean, I already know it now, but it's just good
Post
to.
it right here.
Yeah.
I gotta go look for it now.
Oh,
No,
you're
don't worry. When you're ready.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's not going to help me for you to do it on your phone. I have to put it in the
well, here I'll
computer.
comment. That's where I'm
Oh,
signed
I
off.
okay.
mean, even in the description, or like even on your channel description, you can link it
That's
on,
true. Okay.
so that it's always there. If you want it to be linked with this one, I mean,
Yeah, good
I guess.
point. I just
Oh, yeah.
It's just
do that.
easier for people to click on it when they see your channel. They go, okay, oh, they got another channel, and it's there.
That's a music channel.
Yeah, it's cool.
There you go.
Chicken. Oh no, chicken. There was a chicken in there too. There's no spring chicken, but there's a Christian here says, "Thank you for this live stream. Getting the word out helps some of us realize we are not alone." Yes, that's true.
And the music's
Oh,
absolutely free. It's intended so you can put it on your car when you're driving to work.
that's
You
it.
can listen to it at home. You got playlists you can go that's divided out. I'm a huge R&B and soul fan, and I love rock. So don't get me wrong. I grew up a rocker, man. Like Thin Lizzy, Ted Nugent, Slade, the old school stuff, Southern rock, all that stuff. But man, soul just, when I started I'm a bass player by trade. And when I accidentally bought a Parliament Funkadelics album, and that was funk. And it just opened other doors for me. So musician wise, I love it. So you'll find that on there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, the
if you
tracks
don't
were
like that kind of music-
tracks were good. I must admit there were some cool ones in there. I'm like you, Anthony. I play a certain type of music, but I listen to everything. I've got so much music. I can't even say which ones are my favorites. And I've got so much I listen to. It's just beyond.
Even some of the boy band stuffs are pretty cool. It's got music to it,
The older ones, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. If it's like got music to it, but because some of those guys are really talented a cappella. I saw the Nelson guys. I had a good friend of mine that knew them, right? And I was in her living room, and they sang a cappella. And I'll never forget this to this day. This was years ago, the early 90s, right? It put chills all over my body watching those guys sing. I was like, oh, it was so perfectly in tune. And so just a cappella.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's just amazing.
Hi, Bo. He wants to know what has he missed.
Bo, what's up, man? Glad you're here.
Wow, the Bo.
Yep.
All right, Jeff.
Jeff,
you're really good. You and Maverick both
Maverick.
are great speakers. Well,
Matthew,
that's
about
you. Give him a recap.
I don't know.
what we've been talking about for the last 2.5 hours.
And
That's we just shooting the breeze.
I think that some of them even got, after being inactive, they've even got calls about coming to the meeting. Anybody ever hear of anybody getting that? I hope that don't happen to me all the time, because I'm gonna have to say, don't ever call me again if it's about that. And if it's about coming to any meeting or any convention, I said, I want to say, don't speak to me, because I'd say, look, I ain't coming if it's about that, because I ain't coming to no fucking Kingdom Hall.
Just
So
answer the door.
Anthony, how are you with movie quotes?
I can do that.
She'll tell
Okay,
you.
you're good. Okay,
Yeah.
so one of my favorite movie lines in Heat. This was Robert De Niro's character in Heat, the movie Heat.
Okay.
When they were at the cafe, he goes, "Do you see me doing thrill seeker liquor store holdups with a Born to Lose tattoo on my chest? I'm never going back."
I don't know that one, actually.
Go back and watch that scene.
Okay.
Go back and watch that scene, because he was talking about going back to prison. He's like, Pacino was like, "Do you want to go back to prison?" And then De Niro was like, "Do you see me doing thrill seeker liquor store holdups with a Born to Lose tattoo on my chest? No, you do not."
Yeah.
I'm never going back.
I love that. I actually remember that scene, so I did see that one. Wow.
Yeah.
The movie you haven't saw.
Well, is it what?
Wow.
It was about. Was it about wise guys mostly?
It was a bank heist movie. It was a bank heist movie.
I
don't
must
really
have watched
watch
that
those
years so long ago. I can't remember that particular quote. But once you register those quotes, they stick for life, don't they? Yeah.
We were just
I'll email it to you. I'll email it to you, Maverick.
Cool.
Oh man.
I know other movies.
She knows movies, man. Like
No.
No, you know a lot of
It depends
movies.
on the genre. I'm
Sure.
kind of a nerd when it comes to movies like Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, all the hero stuff.
How about some Christmas songs and some Christmas movies, such
Some
as
Christmas songs, I can't get them out of my head once I start.
Hey, Jingle Bells
Christmas.
by Jimmy Dean's Jingle Bells, and also Christmas song, Johnny Mathis Christmas songs,
Yeah.
Christmas movies.
his Silver
Yippee-ki-yay.
Bells, and
Yeah.
and also Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin have great Christmas songs such as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Gene Autry has his version, so
Crosby,
does
you can't
Dean
skip
Martin.
Crosby. Bing Crosby was iconic for Christmas songs.
And the 12 Days of Christmas, that goes from a partridge in a pear tree to 12 drummers drumming.
Oh, I also
What about what about this Christmas movie? It's me, Snakes. I got the stuff.
Santa Claus.
I love it. I do know that one. We just watched it. Home Alone.
Oh, I love movies.
I love Home Alone. I love it.
I did watch The Grinch too.
God, I did know a few movies, but we
the
just
cartoon.
watched that.
Yeah, I liked the movie Elf with Will Ferrell. Did y'all see that?
Oh, I don't like Will Ferrell. Oh man, I can't handle him.
He's super funny.
Oh no. But
Okay.
I remember the Grinch. My favorite scene in the Grinch was when the little girl left a note for the Grinch, and he was like, "Good kid, bad judge of character."
That's Jim Carrey, wasn't it? Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
He's the Grinch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my favorite Jim Carrey scene was like when in Dumb and Dumber, one of them,
I love Dumb and Dumber.
it just reminds me of Watchtower when the girl he was in love with the girl. That was his wife in real life actually. That was his wife in real life. And he said, "Did you see that? She touched my leg."
Yeah.
And I just said that's a JW line if ever I heard one. You know, like
Yeah.
got
Oh my
excited.
goodness.
She touched my leg.
I love the movie Dumb and Dumber. I watched that movie years ago.
Oh, I
and
love that
just
film.
I
found
tried to watch it.
So funny. I also another super funny movie that I find really hilarious, but it's like clean. It's called Nacho Libre. Did you ever
Oh
see
my goodness, me, Casey! You took the words out of my mouth. Nacho Libre. Me
Oh,
and my
man.
me and my friend watch Nacho Libre every couple of months. Like we just get nachos, a drink, and watch Nacho Libre. It's just hilarious.
I
It's
can't
so
do that
funny.
one. I can't do that one.
You gotta embrace it.
That's just
You gotta
brainless humor.
embrace
It's
it.
great, man.
You don't
Nacho
like
Libre.
Funny.
I
Oh,
know
my
I'm in the minority, but I just
You don't like it. You like Nacho Libre, but
Oh, yeah.
he hated Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh God.
Nacho
Napoleon
Libre.
Dynamite was great.
You like that? Okay.
Oh, I like dry humor. I love British
It's
humor.
very.
That was like a coming of age movie.
Huh?
Yeah.
That was like a coming of age movie, Napoleon Dynamite.
But when
Yeah.
I think of coming of age movies, I think about License to Drive or something like that.
Oh,
Something that's got a
seen
wilder
it.
edge to it that's more funny for me.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Yeah. That's another Christmas song for you.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Did y'all have a good Christmas, everybody?
I did my best. I like listening to Christmas carols on YouTube. I love that. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love sent to me two turtle doves. And on the third day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 3 French hens.
So you know the whole song. That's
I don't
pretty
remember
good.
any of them.
God, I said that really to myself.
And on the 4th day of Christmas, my true love.
I am originally from Alabama. So.
I went to a Church of England school growing up. Yeah.
Oh, you're Anglican.
So
cool.
well, I wasn't by my family, but
Yeah.
it was, you had to do hymns. You know, so you had to do hymns regardless of what religion you were in or what your beliefs is. I remember there was a friend of mine, his name was Sherland, funny enough. And Sherland was a witness. I didn't know. So this is like elementary school now, young. We were about 7, 8 years old.
Right.
So I'm now in there going, Sherland, you're not singing hymns. No, why? I can't. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. Well, like Onward Christian Soldiers and all the rest of Church of England, C of E, you know, traditional sort of like, and then later on he was in my Kingdom Hall, and I said, Sherland. So no, and then the first conversation we had was, I know that's the reason why I know you couldn't do hymns, because you were a witness. He goes, yeah. So about 20 years later, I found out that he was a witness.
Oh,
you know.
okay.
Oh, wow.
But those songs stick in your head. So I know that all the C of E songs, like hymns from like Anglican and that, but I don't know any Christmas songs really. Well, you know, you have to remember them if you celebrate Christmas. But,
Oh, that's okay, Jeff. I see he had to go get his battery.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for coming in.
Jeff, thanks for being on here, man. Always great to have you.
Matthew, did you
Great.
do anything special for Christmas?
I like how Dallas said he tried. Hey,
Yeah.
I worked.
Okay. And what about you, Maverick? Did you celebrate?
Not really. I mean, actually, to be fair, my family was never really that mad on Christmas anyway. Even before we were witnesses, we weren't really mad on it. We'd have get together as a family, but we weren't really mad on it. But I tell you what, I did do. I actually I just stopped. I was so on it, work and all sorts of stuff going on. I just stopped, and my body said, "Ha ha ha ha! Now you're gonna feel it." So I was just literally just under blankets and just got some food and just chilled and watched TV and I just stopped, and I really needed it. A super recharge rest. Yeah. So
Yeah, we did a little Christmas. It was just a little small.
I needed a rest.
I got me some new tennis shoes. Ha
Yes.
I'll tell you a little sneaky story though. I don't think my friend's going to be listening to this, but his wife is not a witness, and he's a PMO. Good friend of mine, and he got a Christmas tree in the background, and he's showing me on Facecam. I'm like, I go, bro, you're going to get in trouble for that, you know? He goes, nah, I don't care. I just blame the wife. I said, just say it's AI. But his missus is not a witness, so he can say that. You know, she insisted that we have a Christmas tree in the house. I said, oh yeah. I said, I don't care either way. You do what you want, bro. He's not a problem. But he did say to me, if they reverse this Christmas thing now and they start doing it formally, I'm writing my letter in. I'm putting my letter in. That's the final straw.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're not going to do Christmas. They just did a video on explaining how Christmas is pagan.
Yeah, true.
Oh, really? They're going back.
It's all to be different. That's what Rutherford and Nora is all to set them apart from real Christianity, and it's all to be more like the Masons than any Christian on this anywhere.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Casey and Anthony, I'm going to say thank you very much for hosting and letting me on, and
Of course.
it's great to be with everybody.
Always great to have you. Thank you for being live with us.
Yeah, we
Well,
really
thank you for being here.
Take care, Matthew. Yeah.
And bye, Jeff had to go, and Mama Sue, she had to go too. So.
I think Rick's probably started his channel, so his show maybe, but I don't know.
Rick for coming on too. We
Oh,
really
thank you.
Well, it's been on for a while. It's been on since 6 o'clock.
Rick Barrett?
Yeah, what time did he start? 6?
Now, he has different shows. Now, I don't quite get it. Like,
Yeah,
I like to watch the 6 screens. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But he does one where it's like usually some people talking first.
Well,
How does this channel work?
He's basically, it's his channel, so 6 Screens is the whole thing, and he has hosts come in. So the first, it's either Anne Marie or somebody who has like a call-in show that she hosts. He's in the background, and then towards maybe an hour or 2 hours into the whole thing, he comes in with the news. So Rick just does the weekly JW World News, so basically all the latest things that are happening and controversies and so on.
So his wife is doing
No,
another?
he has other people that are that have kind of been involved in hosting some of the shows. So there's Anne Marie, who does the first show usually for half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that.
Sunday
then-
is about religion on 6 Screens.
And then I'm not sure who's next. I don't know where they
Yeah.
are there, but I usually
Guys, there's the actual link to
This one here.
right there.
Oh, great.
Ah.
Great stuff.
Oh, Matthew had to go. Thank you
I
again.
just thought I'd come in and just support you guys because it's
Yeah, I
nice to
appreciate that.
catch up, and
Yeah.
it makes
Well-
for more kind of interaction with everyone, you know? When a few
Mhm.
people come in.
Maverick, there will be a new song up this evening with a really
Can't
good
hear.
quality, very well done video. So
Yeah.
the video is more of an emotional. I'm more of the emotional kind of guy,
I
rather
can't hear
than
Anthony now.
do what?
Yeah, where is the music channel? We just put it in the comments. Look it up under.
Well, there it is right there.
Yeah, but they can't click on that.
Oh yeah, can you put it down here?
I don't know how to do that.
Here, I'll show
Copy
you.
and paste.
Yeah, I'll show you how.
Okay, you know.
Yep.
All right. Well, anyways,
Keep talking, everybody, while I go find
okay.
this.
I can't see anything, but but everyone can see us while he is looking up the channel.
Can you hear me, Anthony? I can't
Yeah.
hear you
Yeah,
now.
can you see us?
Can you see us?
I'll just say bye anyway because I think we are you rounding off the show now? If you can
Oh,
hear me,
no.
I can't hear you.
Oh,
Oh.
really? How about now? Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
No?
No?
Let me see.
What's going on?
Can you hear us? Hello?
What did I
Something-
do? Did I mute
I
it?
don't know. Okay. I don't know what happened. Can you hear
Dallas,
us?
can you hear us?
I can't. I can.
Okay.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
Well,
I don't know what happened.
I'm
Well, Maverick,
Well, anyway,
thanks for coming
who was
on.
that that asked? Born JW. All right, the website is frequencies, FREQU.
Freedom.
Yeah,
Frequencies.
there it is.
Yeah, it's on there.
QUNCIES, Frequencies of Freedom.
Yeah, that's the name of the channel. Thanks for
Sorry,
coming
man,
on,
my brain
Maverick.
just stopped working. So.
Thanks for Maverick for coming on. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Dallas, as well for coming on today. And I couldn't hear you guys. Oh, I don't know why.
That was weird. Here, I
I'm
know how to
sorry.
put it in
I'm
there.
not sure
Hold
what
on,
happened.
guys. Right here, I'll put it in real quick.
And Maverick, if you ever want to show your face one day, we'd love to see it. So we can put a face to the name.
No, that wasn't it.
Yeah, thanks, Maverick, for coming on. Okay, Happy Thoughts is leaving. And thank you all for coming on. We really appreciate it. I've been reading your comments, and some of y'all really funny comments too. I love it.
I know the comments are great.
Like, what was it? Somebody said something about Santa getting stoned or something. That was funny. Yeah.
Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I know. And Sherry, thank you. It's a good night. So just thank you all so much for coming on and sharing this time with us today. I hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas and you're going to have a happy New Year. Next Thursday is New Year's, and Lioness is suggesting a New Year's podcast. So maybe we could do one next Thursday when everybody's off work. So we could we'll just put a thumbnail in and schedule it. So that way, if anybody wants to join in, you can. And So do you want to go ahead and sign off then?
Yeah, I was just trying to find this. Anyway, there you go, Born JW. If you could see it there, you can just search it on YouTube. There's a lot of songs. There's playlist.
What I'll do is I will put it in the description of our channel as well
Yeah.
as like a link. I did put it in our Facebook page.
Yeah.
But regardless, I'll do that just in case you want to go and listen to music. It's just to listen to music. It's really all it is.
Yep.
And it's all, the lyrics are all Watchtower based lyrics about like what Jehovah's Witnesses experience.
Yeah, waking up. This is the emotional of it and the validation of leaving.
Yeah.
And so it's really good. And the music's free. So just enjoy. There's playlists. There's like will be 15 songs up. And
he's gonna have a playlist based on the type of music because it's all a variety. It's like you had the R&B, was it? And what other genre was it?
It's R&B. It's synthwave. I don't know if you guys know what synthwave is.
Yeah, like techno music. I like that kind of stuff.
So it's synthwave, R&B, funk, rock, pop,
country.
There was a country song. Accidental. I'm not a country fan, but hey, there is one that.
Anyways, a variety.
I didn't ask for that, but that's what I ended up getting because of what I was doing, and it's all my lyrics. So, I had some help generating them, but the majority of the lyrics are mine, and the tunings of the songs, all of the progressions, all of the chorded. Everything is actually comes from me, and I put it in, and it generates what I ask. It's really cool.
Yeah. So, and peace and love to you as well, Jenny.
Yeah. Peace, love everybody around you.
And Lioness. So maybe we could plan to do a New Year's podcast next Thursday. Everybody will be here hopefully.
If you can't be with the one you love, then love the one you're with, but not physically.
And I suppose time is up because he's starting to snot and sneeze now.
Yes.
Well, I want to take a Happy New Year's and
Happy New Year's to you too, there, Dallas. Thank you so much.
God bless you, bless y'all here. God bless you. God bless y'all. That's on here.
Yeah, God bless you.
Yes. Everybody, take care, everyone. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and sign off. And I hope
Maverick says good night to everybody. And
I'm fixing to sign off too.
Right.
Okay, thanks for joining in, Dallas. We really appreciate it.
Casey, building.
All right, bye, everybody.
Later, guys. Peace and love.